We lost. True indeed. We lost. Lord knows we lost. I'm about to say something to make you not like me. You might catch feelings and you might want to fight me, but I don't really care, I'ma say it anyway. Why most committed guys seem soft and gay. I'm not saying all, but a large amount. Have you ever heard the words that come out of their mouth? Yeah, they cuss like a sailor, but they follow my eye. They carry oaks and wear makeup and thinking it's hot. I think they need to stop, this is a new era. I wonder if the pharaohs of a war mascara. It probably was a death mask misunderstood. Don't let them D-boys catch them up in the hood. Why NOI? Stop patrolling the block. We get shot by the cops and we calling the cops. Come on, y'all was on another level. The black man was God, the white man the devil. Now the white man, or better yet the European, and the Mars and the bean pies are sold by Koreans. I'm talking what I'm seeing, I'm just a reporter. How you call a woman to be and you got a daughter. Talking about the Hebrews, the demonized women, and choose Esau over brothers and Kemet. Probably timid, soft, and scared to fight. Yelling and wearing spikes, trying to fake me out right. But you can't fool me, cause you make a little noise. Cause deep inside, y'all some scared little boys. You really wanna ride, let's take it to the beast. Get revenge for our people killed by like these. Yeah, right. Y'all ain't busting the great. It appears that you fear you in love with hate. Correct me if I'm wrong, we might all don't get along. European psychology got us all gone. You think we divided? Cause I wear fez and she wear oak and he wear dreads. But the vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to wake you up and get you out of the bed. We lost. To get you out the bed. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Oh yeah, I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Y'all think we divided cause I got a fez and you wear oak and she wear dreads. Y'all think we divided cause I wear fez. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. And she wear oak and he got dreads. Moors need to wake up too, so I'ma wake up you. So we can get together, do what we gotta do. We ain't done much since the prophet left. More standing on law, we still in this mess. Haven't built the town to hold us down. Paperwork can't fear, we looking like clowns. Never been to the temple, claim we follow the prophet, but I follow the prophet. I understand logic. People in the temple, time to hit the streets. Everybody do their part of we ain't getting relief. The murder rate can be more, it's just gone crazy. Dope fiends ODing in the hood on the daily. Weed waste with chemicals, you drink and serve. We fighting over information, we got some nerve. They say that we conscious, we might know a little something, but we just frontin' cause we haven't done nothing, we lost. You think we divided cause I got a fez and she got a cross and he got dreads. You think we divided cause I got a fez and he got an oak and he got dreads. You think we divided cause I got a fez? Yeah, Islam. I'm trying to be your friend, man. That's right. Trying to be your friend, bro. Help me out. Meet me halfway. Come on. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. You let me be your friend. Peace and love. Hey yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about love, truth, peace, and freedom till I return to Allah. One day we gon' meet him. I'm all about justice, that's the focus of the message. Sometimes Asiatics make me wanna forget the lessons. I be all up in my passion from all the Moorish passion. All things considered, I start laughing. A grown man with a ponytail, another calling us Neanderthal, and he all pale. I mean, for real, this is what it come to, my brother. We got nothing better to do than talk down to each other. Yeah, we can be scholarly or we can get gutter. We are the children of our father, and the breast of our mother has nursed us all. And first of all, we beefing while the peen trying to murk us all. You need to chill, my brother. Tell the elder the same, cause on the real, my man, I'm really about them things. I can take the feds off and get back in the low and return to the state where they used to call me dope. But no, I'm rolling with the prophet of Allah. I want love, not war. Standing on that floor, and I'm holding the square. The compass and the axe that might be too deep. Yo, let's not get off track. See, our prophet was an adept. Do you know what that is? An Egyptian adept is a brother who lived by the universal science developed in the Nile. We call it Islamism, but it's the same, my child. Sit at the foot of a master. I train you up, but I might have to bang you up. I still love you. And those that's talking that this ain't Islam, everything the prophet brought is in the Quran. All the other stuff, prostrate and cover up, is just the start. And there's space to me, the law's the heart. You can dress like Imhotep, but you can dress like a herb. By the Moorish American Muslim unifies the word. You can say what you want about Dr. York, but he gave you different variations of the same thought. You don't appreciate that. You won't appreciate me. Appreciate the holy and divine Jubilee. People refuse to admit it. He the first that ever did it. Europeans hope that the Moors would forget it, but we here, strong, alive and well, resurrected. I be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I be that more you gon' remember. Nap town. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. LA. I be that more you gon' remember. New York. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. Peace and love, family. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your host, Brother Tahaka Bay. I need you to press the thumbs up while you're coming in. And I also need you to press 1 to make sure that you hear me clearly, because we about to get busy tonight. Oh, yeah, we about to get busy tonight, man. One of the problems that I have with us as a people, that the moment that we disagree, people want to act like that it's war, act as if, I mean, this is a sad state of affairs. I was reading the comment sections, and one person say, "Oh, he just causing division." Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So, it was a person by the name of I think Ava Muhammad or something. Oh, he's just causing a division. Show me your works. And I say to myself, well, if you know me, then you would know my works. You know what I mean? But obviously you don't know me. This is a social media platform called YouTube. And on the social media platform called YouTube, you're going to hear different opinions. You're going to hear different perceptions. You're going to hear different concepts. Many people may not agree with all the concepts that you may find on YouTube, but if you don't agree with them, you're good. You can just go off. It's 1 million, and I mean, it's probably more than 1 billion. It could be close to 1 billion channels on YouTube. You actually could just go and see something else. But since you wanted to come here and listen to me, I'm going to speak my mind. And the way that I speak my mind, sometimes it might offend, but I'm going to bring receipts when I speak my mind. Everybody's not going to agree with it. I could care less. But guess what? This is a social media platform, and this platform will tell the truth with receipts until you can prove me wrong. You prove me wrong, I will apologize. You prove me wrong, I will apologize. And we can move on. That's just what it is. But until you prove me wrong, I stand on my position. I don't feel that the brother Warren Muhammad was prepared to talk to a brother Tahaka Bay on Moorish World TV. I just don't see him being prepared for that. Now, let's be clear. Anybody that has come to Moorish World TV, I invite you on, absolutely. But anybody that comes on Moorish World TV, you have been watching it long enough. You know that I'm animated. You know that I'm passionate. You know that I'm going to bring out everything. I'm going to bring out everything. I'm telling you, I'm not playing. Now, but I'm going to stick to the topic. The only way that
the only way that the show would stop, if I get off topic and you correct me and say, look, no, that ain't the topic. Or you get off topic and I say, no, that's not the topic. You know what I'm saying? But as long as we on topic, I'm coming with everything. I'm just coming with everything because our people have been misled far too long. Now, after the show, I had quite a few inboxes. You follow me? I had quite a few inboxes from brothers from the Nation of Islam. And so today, right now, without no further ado, I'm going to lay out my premise. And then I'm going to put the link in, and I want everybody who is somebody that know anybody in the Nation of Islam, send them a link, but be respectful with your position because I will get you out of here talking crazy. Now, this is my position. The Moors, I subscribe to being a Moorish American. The Moors, the Christians, the Hebrews, Nation of Islam, and the Muslim of the Eastern persuasion have yet to put a program together that includes everybody without subscribing to their form of religion or liberation. Do y'all remember? That's my position. I did not say that the Christians didn't do good things. I didn't say that the Moors didn't do good things. I didn't say that the nation or anybody else did not do good things. I said they have yet to come with a solidified plan that would include everybody to liberate everybody. And then I went on to say, I gave little examples about how many churches, not people, how many churches are in the United States, and we have yet to come up with a plan. I've also said that even with the Million Man March, we still have not come up with a plan that is inclusive. That's inclusive. And somebody say, I wonder why that is. The reason why that is, EW, because everybody wants to sell their own brand of liberation. They want to sell their own brand of liberation. As I showed the brother, Elijah said, get behind me if you're wise in success. The Moorish American would say, not me, don't put me with that weird stuff. The Moorish American would say, you're not black, proclaim your nationality. The Hebrew brother would say, you have to follow the laws and commandments. The Christian would say, give your life to Jesus. And so here we go. Who going to step up and say that ain't so? I'm telling you, I'm going to prove you wrong. And not only I'm going to prove you wrong, I'm going to show you from your own words and from your own efforts. Your own efforts. See, this is the problem. We're putting together a plan, and that plan is being executed behind the scenes, and that plan is being developed. But the point that I'm making is that most of these groups have too much history. And the thing about history, it tells on you. The thing about history, it tells on you. And this is the reason why I know, for me, the plan that Prophet Noble Drew Ali laid out is a solid plan. But until that plan is implemented and successful, all we doing is being Romans and romanticizing. We're just romanticizing. We're just romanticizing the greatness of yesterday. Oh, when the Moors was in Spain. Oh, when the Moors was in Chicago. Oh, what up? We're being Romans and we're romanticizing. Oh, we came together in the Million Man March. It was millions there. Okay. And then what? And see, the thing is, if we don't have these conversations, we're never going to move forward. We're never going to look at our checks and balances. We're never going to look at it because the brother in the Nation of Islam, he's going to get mad and say, you attacking the nation. The Moorish brother going to say, you ain't no Moor. You attacking the Moors. The Christian going to say, you just a heathen. That's all they're going to do. No one want to address the real issue. As the brother wrote in the chat early, EW, why is that? That's what we should be saying. Why is that? Why haven't not one plan had put fear in these Europeans' heart that's killing us wholesale? Why don't they think about a repercussion when they just shot that girl? Oh, we buck up to each other real quick. We get tough with each other real quick. But these Europeans are out here killing us wholesale. So this is why you can get mad at me. You can call me whatever you want. But we gonna kick this truth. I know you ain't attacking no European. I already get it. I know you gonna talk slick to me. I know you're going to talk slick to me. And you're going to talk slick to the European and go get that check. But you're only going to talk slick to the European in ambiguous terms when the camera hit. You're going to talk slick to the European in ambiguous terms. Yeah. You're going to paint it with a wide brush. You ain't going to call no names. You ain't going to call no names. You ain't going to hold nobody accountable by name, by incident. And if you try to do that, that's just going to be a show, and then you're going to get the check. Oh, yeah. You're going to get the check. So I'm going to keep telling this truth. I'm going to keep telling it. And I just hope that anybody that challenged the truth, be a man or a woman and deal with the facts. Refute me, and be a champion to knock the brains out of falsehood if that's what I represent. But if I'm correct, make an adjustment. If I'm correct, make an adjustment. There you go. So I put the link in there. Now all those who been reaching out to me, I told you that I would be on this demonstration tonight. Let's see who want to chime in real quick, and I'm going to listen. Now, don't be too long-winded now. Don't be too long-winded because I already know it's going to be a couple people want to come in. And let me open the phone line up too. Yeah, we're gonna open the phone line. We're gonna open all the lines up. We're gonna make all the lines up. You ain't gonna make no excuses tonight. Not tonight up in here. Not tonight up in here. They're making no excuses tonight up in there. Because we're gonna get to it. Now, I didn't put the link in, and I'm going to put the number in. Give me 1 minute. Oh, yeah, we're going to get right. We'll put the link in, and we're going to put the number in. Give me 1 second. There's the link, and here come the number. And my brother, any moderators, make sure y'all keep this number flowing. Keep this number flowing. Let's see all those who 59. There we go. Let's see all those who think that they have the answer and that I'm so wrong. Come and prove me wrong. Come prove me wrong. Now this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem, right? When after I did the show with the brother Warren right here, after I did the show with him, can you believe this? I told the brother before the show, I said, brother, I'm real passionate. I said, brother, I'm going hard. I said, brother, I do's this. I'm going hard. Listen, he had the whole week. Hold up. What show was that? He had 2 days to prepare. He actually requested a day to prepare. You feel me? He asked for a day to prepare, plus he had a day after the show. Right? Now, on the day of the show, I told him, I said, listen, I'm going to go hard now. I ain't going to play with you. I'm going to go hard now. Do you know that this brother messaged me on IG and say I talk like an agent that killed Malcolm? I had the utmost respect for this brother. This brother had the audacity after he came into the chat. I didn't seek him out. He came into the chat. He challenged me. He even made a contribution to the show to come on the show. And I said, you don't need to. And the next day, this is why I'm doing this show. The next day, he said, you sound like an agent. How can I be the agent when you sought me out? I didn't seek you out. I was expressing my opinion that I consider facts may be opinion to you, that the whole internet does. The whole internet does this. The whole social media does this. I'm pretty sure that you see plenty videos that you like, man, I'm going to leave that alone. Man, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. But no, you chose to be in this chat and then challenge me and then get mocked and then come back and say, oh, you are agent. That's the enemy of our people. That's the enemy of our people. When we can't dialogue or we can't transfer information without someone getting so super emotional and saying, oh, you're an agent that came from Malcolm. What are you talking about? No, you just got mocked. You just got mocked. You ain't have no information. You had nothing to validate your point. You just came with a bunch of videos. You just came with a bunch of videos to romanticize what you used to do. See, I'm not into romanticizing what the Moors used to do. I'm into trying to make sure that we do something now. I'm not into romanticizing. When I look at what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali did yesterday, I'm doing it from the point of view and the perspective of me trying to duplicate it today. And the difference between the Moorish Science Temple of America that people don't know about is that the lessons from Prophet Noble Drew Ali are universal and everybody can take them. Use them as you will. You don't have to join the Moorish Science Temple of America. You don't have to put on affairs. You don't have to do none of that. Take them as you will. Not only that, whether it be the economic program, whether it be the social program, whether it be the religious, whether it be the spiritual, whether it be whatever program it is, we can all work within that program. Let me tell you something about the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I'm not trying to proselytize, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's a saying in the Moorish Science Temple of America, right, that goes like, man ideal is his God. Listen to me slow. Man ideal is his God. And as man unfolds, his God unfolds. Man God today is not his God tomorrow. Let me break that down to you. Wherever you at on your journey, that is your reality, God. That is your reality. Whether you be a Christian, whether you be a Muslim, whatever you may be, that is your reality. Who am I to tell you that your reality is not a reality? That's your reality. That's your reality. The problem comes when you try to debate me about your reality. But if that's your reality, that's your reality. It's like, I got a problem with Moors browbeating our brothers and sisters because they refer to themselves as black. I'm not with that because that's a reality. That's a reality. And if that's the reality our people are in, and that's the reality that they're comfortable in, that's just the reality. Let me tell you something. Most of these people that try to browbeat these Moors, that try to browbeat our brothers and sisters because they refer to themselves as black, they go right home to a woman, probably calling the N-word before she serve him some ramen noodles. Go right home to a woman who probably smack him upside the head because he ain't passed the blunt. You feel what I'm saying? It's real talk. The same Moors that be up here talking about, no, you ain't black, trying to browbeat our people. Their mama still saying she black, their sister, their cousin, they all in public trying to browbeat everybody, but they don't do it to their family. Shoot, they be right up in there eating that stuffing and turkey. They don't be up in there saying no Islam. They don't be at the Christmas party saying Islam. They talk that stuff on the internet, man. They talk that stuff on the internet. But see, I'm from a Moorish Science Temple of America cloth that we are all one people. And we will get there. Wherever that there may be, the first thing I must do is see you as I see myself. Here's another saying in the Moorish Science Temple of America. I ain't trying to proselytize to you. I just want to show you how something is universal, that anybody can use it. Listen to this. When you look into the eyes of man, you see the image of Allah. Stop for a minute. When you look into the eyes of your brother and sister, you see the reflection of God. This don't say if you call yourself black, if you call yourself Moor, if you call yourself a Hebrew. It said when you look into the eyes of man, and that's man and woman interchangeable, you see the reflection of God. Now, what we do is another story. But this is a lesson of the Moorish Science Temple of America. You can take that. Queen Aries can take that. and say, man, I need to start looking in the eyes of my people and see God. Kate can take that. Silverheart can take that. Anybody can take that. And when we start thinking like that, that's when we'll start changing our mind state. But when we start talking about, oh man, I mean, I don't even like the term when brothers be like, unconscious Negroes. Unconscious Negroes. Moors be saying that. Unconscious Negroes. I'm like, what? Like, we need to start seeing ourselves by who we are from the essence of which we were created. I ain't seen nobody hit the link yet. I need to throw a few more links up in there. I need to throw the link back up in there. And so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, people be like, even that saying right there. I don't even say things like that. Unconscious Asiatics. Because let me tell you something, JG. What the people don't know is that the modern name for angel is Asiatic. So you are really an unconscious angel. You are unconscious angel. You follow what I'm saying? So I'm just saying is, all of this talk about what we have done ain't getting us nowhere. It ain't getting us nowhere. Where is the brother Maurice Muhammad? Let me check my email. Because he had so much to say. He emailed me. He hit the link. Man, come on. Come on now. Where everybody at? Where everybody at? What's going on? Let me check my email real quick. Anybody can come and ask me some questions. They've been told to stand down. Listen. Y'all don't go on there. Y'all don't go on that that Tahaka Bay, that Moore show. He an agent. What? He an agent. I'm telling you, he's an agent. You know, this is what people say when they don't want to be questioned. When they don't want to be questioned. But what is a movement that can't be questioned? What is a movement that can't be looked at with your failures and successes? What is that? What is that? So the brother, hit the link, brother. Come and hit the link. You ain't got to show your face. I like that question. What do you think about black nationalism? Hit the link, brother. I got a question for you before I answer. You know what I mean? Come on, hit the link. Anybody come in and ask me a question? Come on. Ask me the question that don't nobody else want to ask. Because I'm open the platform. I sent it to the brothers. Let me shake my kombucha. But I'm telling you, we need an endorsement for this. You'll never catch a cold. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, come on. You can call in too. That's right. Call in too. Somebody put the call in number up there. How y'all doing today, family? I appreciate y'all. Let me see if somebody. Let me send this brother the link right here real quick. Let me see if he can tap this link too. I got another brother. It's a little bit off topic, but let me see. It's a little bit off topic, but he might want to come into. It might be a surprise, so stand by. It could be a surprise. Let me see this. See if I can send him the link. See if I can send him the link real quick. I'm about to. I told him I was going to bring him on. I'm telling him, hit the link. Now, here we go. Let me see if I can get. I'm gonna get a couple people in here. We're gonna do some random shows. We're gonna do some random hits right now. Give me 1 second. We're gonna do some random stuff right now. A lot of people they be talking, man. They be going in. They ain't going in right now, though. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Let me see if I can get this guy right here. All right. There you go. Let's see what he do. This a Moorish brother been talking crazy for about a week now. Let's see if he smart enough to hit this link. He wanted to challenge me. But these little challenges, they ain't nothing. These little challenges ain't nothing. I'm going to make a show out of it. Anyway, there we go. Somebody said, people been on the show have been all talk. That's it. All talk. You know they mad at me, right, family? You know they mad at me. It's crazy. It's crazy, family. It's crazy how mad at me. I'm going to show you why they mad at me. Because I can't stand, one thing I can't stand is people who try to play those games as if I'm out to attack anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the case at all. That's not the case at all. I just tell pure facts. You follow me? I'm going to give you some facts. They're going to say, why are you doing that? It's just facts. See, let me show you something. All right. I'm going to show you something real quick, right? See if I can bring it up right quick. All right, here we go. All right, let me see something. Bam. All right. So let me show you something. One of the reasons that many people, and I would say this, brothers in NOI, I really do respect them for the work that they put in and for all the accomplishments that they have made through the years. But that doesn't change the fact that I have a philosophical difference, and because I know the history of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the birth of the Nation of Islam, I know the history, so there is no way that I'm going to take a L. I'm not taking no L. Not philosophically when it comes to the Nation of Islam, whether it be their principles as it relates to the religion that they subscribe to. I'm not taking no L. Corey, you can't ask me a question in the chat. Come and ask me. I don't have no beef with any black group. Stop repeating Big Shirley. I don't have no beef with nobody. But you can come in, Corey. Come on in. So what's your beef with all these so-called black movements groups? I don't have no beef. What are you talking about? I don't have no beef with nobody. I don't, listen. The beef is that we need to get to the facts. It's very evident. The evidence is clear that we haven't moved the bar an inch since Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Who can disagree with that? We haven't done anything significant in law or making people think twice since Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Tell me somebody. What have we done? Malcolm X, he made the European think twice. Martin Luther King was instrumental in getting some laws on the books. Now tell me who done something since then. I'm waiting. So this is why this conversation is important. Absolutely cool. A disagreement is not a beef. A disagreement is not a beef. That's savage talk. That's how the savages go. So, Mac Lowe say GMJ. He didn't put no fear in no Europeans. He working with the Europeans. I mean, here we go.
Call from
Alonzo.
To accept, press 1.
Peace, my brother. Who are you? Where you calling from? Can you hear me? Peace, bro. Oh, I know what it is. Hold up. I forgot I ain't got my mic hooked up. Give me 1 second. Oh, man. I ain't even had the mic up to the other phone. Hold up. That brother called in Alonzo. Yeah, remember that? Dr. Dre demonstration. Alonzo. Yeah, remember that demonstration? Dr. Dre. Hold up. What was that song? Dr. Dre. Check, check, check. Y'all remember that? Check, 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 check. Check, check. Check, 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 check. All right, I think he gave me now. All right, let me hit him back. Alonzo. All right, hold on. Now we remember that one. World Class Wrecking Crew. That's what it was. Alonzo. And I will love you in the middle of the night. I'm Alonzo. Now I just play. Let's not. Let me get him back. Let me see if I can get him back. Hold up. Let me see. I gotta get him back on the car. I think that was it right there. Hold up. Where you at, Alonzo? Hold up. There you go. We're gonna call him. Let's see if we get him back. We're gonna call him. Before you turn off the lights, let's get one thing understood. Thank you. Brother Alonzo, can you hear me?
What's going on? Peace. Islam.
Islam. Are you able to hear me, brother?
Oh, yeah, perfectly clear.
You couldn't hear me at first, huh? I ain't have my mic hooked up.
No, I can hear you.
Yeah, talk to me, brother. Let me press 1 if you can hear Alonzo. Hey, brother, you was in the World Class Wrecking Crew. No,
No.
You was a player. That's a player name back in the day. You know it.
Oh, man, something like that. You know, I ain't gonna blame.
But brother, let me turn you up real quick. Hold on, let me see if I can turn you up real quick. Let me turn you up. Okay, yeah. But yeah, brother, talk to me. What's happening?
Oh, nothing much, man. You know, I'm a viewer of your show, your podcast or whatnot, man. Keep doing what you're doing to teach the people. But you know, I had an issue with your last show. When to me, I put in the chat. It seems like you was, you know, dogging the messenger, dogging the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, his teachings, his divine guidance that he tried to bring to his people. I feel that you know, nobody is a leader. Nobody is above criticism. Nobody is above reproach or whatever. You know, everybody can be, critiqued and, you know, what works and doesn't work.
Right.
But to me, I feel like that's our miseducation and that's our captivity mindset when we're not able to discern the gems. Like we want this salvation and this freedom on the silver platter. And when you look at the free nations, when you look at people that have an uninterrupted history, you know, of their identity, you know, of their customs, traditions, language, etc. You know, these people have, you know, went through many ups and downs, many lefts and rights as a people. And it's like, if I read the Savior has arrived, the one in book 2, How to Eat to Live, book 1 and book 2, Message to the Black Man, and a few of his books. And I'm looking at what he tried to bring to the people, in regards to doing the thinking for self, in regards to taking the black woman out of a blind woman's weave and putting a cover on her head and putting conservative dress on our women and putting our women in a right gender dynamic, separating our minds at that time in the 1930s, at that time coming out of Jim Crow, trying to separate our minds away from the dominant society and the cultural condition that we were in up under the church up under this society, and we're in the direction he tried to take us as a culture. Now, was everything perfect about the NOI? No, it was not. Was everything perfect about what he might have taught in regards to the religion? No, it was not. But I'm saying that if you look at his social program, his economic program, if you look at the family-based, the conservative family-based culture that he tried to bring, as far as some of the things he tried to bring to the people, I don't see the beef if you look at the conditions that our families are in now, if you look at the conditions our morals are in now, if you look at the condition that our communities are in now. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't see the beef. I don't see a person that tried to at least lead us in a positive direction, that tried to at least lead us in a direction of morals and lead us out of a direction away from the issues and the condition that we in. Exactly.
Okay, let me ask this. So you mentioned that I was basically attacking the messenger or something like that, or something to
like when you said about the fish, and he tried to have a fish and bring the whiting.
But why would that come off as an attack? These are facts. I just said the brother mentioned. He said that we was doing business with our people, and on the side of the boat it said a product of Poland. I just pointed out a fact. I just pointed out a fact. No, listen. I wouldn't have pointed out that fact if the brother did not put emphasis on that he made these businesses to do business with our people around the globe. And then you see that he's doing business with Polish. I just pointed out that small tidbit. I don't think that's disrespectful at all. It's right there.
But don't you think that's not no disrespect, but isn't that kind of petty?
I said it was petty. I said it was petty. Did you watch the show? I said I'm gonna be petty, bro.
The whole show.
I said I'm gonna be petty. But brother, you cannot, because listen, you cannot come on a public forum, right, and say that, well, I bought all of these boats so I can do business with quote unquote black people. And then right there in front of your face, the business is with Europeans that you call the devil. Bro, it's petty to point out, but you cannot try to persuade people with information that does not measure up. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
It's petty.
Completely what you're saying. I mean, from my understanding of the fish business, they got the sardines from Morocco and they got the whiting from the Peruvian government.
But listen,
from my understanding.
But right on the ship, it says a product of Poland. So someone can tell us one thing, but if we looking at another thing, hold up now. Is what you telling me actual fact? Because I'm looking at please explain this to me. And yes, it's a small thing, but because I don't have no problem. If you buy fish from Poland and you're going to flip it, you know what I'm saying, and make some money for the community, you don't even got to mention that. Who cares? Flip it. But because he mentioned it as if that was a driving point, that they was buying from your people to do business with your people, to give your people jobs. That was the driving point.
Right.
You cannot have a driving point And then when somebody comes back and say, well, hold up now, this say from Poland, and get mad because you was using that to make a point. Secondly, when you talk about the moral program and the social program and all of those things, brother, we had many people to come and bring some good social programs. The only reason that Elijah Muhammad program stuck out a little more because it was provocative. You calling the white man the devil? You know what I'm saying? You had many, brother, you had many groups, whether it was the Hebrews in the early days, the Moors in the early days, the Muslims up in Philadelphia in the 50s. You had many groups. The only reason that Elijah program stood out so much because he was so provocative and so outspoken. So the spotlight was on him. But there was many groups, even Christian groups. When you look at with Daddy Grace, just because you don't believe in Christianity, right? Or I don't follow the Christianity thought, the Christian thought, there was a lot of people that rolled with Daddy Grace that was successful. And the other Christian leaders, you understand?
I'm saying I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I'm not saying that it wasn't other people. Like I said, me personally, I follow the Israelite faith, so I agree that there was other individuals. But I'm saying that for the people who don't believe in that, you don't believe that we're Israel. You don't believe.
No, I do believe that though.
God.
I do believe that though, brother. I do believe.
Well, what I'm saying is that it's people that say that we have to get ourselves up out of this condition.
Absolutely.
We have to have a plan to resurrect the masses of the people, to wake up the dead.
Absolutely. But listen to this, brother. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
If we never have these conversations, how do we know our checks and balances? How do we know where we went wrong? Where our groups went wrong? If we don't have these conversations, how do we ever know?
And that's 100% correct. That's why I started off saying that nobody is above question. But I feel like when we get petty, because like I said, if you look at any nation, even the nation that we're living in, this nation had to go through its ups and downs and through its tribulations.
Hey, let me ask you this. I don't mean to cut your wisdom. I'm enjoying this. Is this petty that the white man is the devil? Gaddafi give you $1 billion, but you ask the devil, can you bring it into this country? The devil say no, and the $1 billion is possibly gone down the drain. Gaddafi has been murdered.
Well, and like I said, I feel like
that's not petty, brother.
That's 100% correct around that situation. Like I said, around that situation. You know, it should have been another game plan or another moves made.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I agree with.
Okay, so now check this out, and now this is a sensitive issue. This is a sensitive issue, right? That no one wants to talk about. No one wants to talk about.
Right.
You spoke of the moral character that was taught by Elijah Muhammad, but no one has yet to address all of the children of Elijah Muhammad from the multiple sisters. Nobody addressed that yet either.
That's been addressed for 30 years.
Listen what I'm saying. It has been talked about, but it has yet to be acknowledged in such a way that I've never heard it. I've been a Moorish man for over 20 years. I've never heard an acknowledgement that all right, since it's been addressed, can you name all the wives of Elijah Muhammad or all the women of Elijah Muhammad who we have children by?
It was Mother Evelyn, Mother June, Mother Tanetta, what's the oldest? Mother Kashmir, Benair Kashmir. It was what's the other one? What's the first one? Elaine. What's her name? I know all of them.
Okay, I got you. So what I'm saying is, brother, is this. When and I'm sensitive to this issue because I don't want to offend my friends in the nation, but this is just a sensitive topic anyway. It's a sensitive topic anyway. When one is a leader of an organization and he haven't publicly announced marriage to that many women, that is a problem.
Okay, can I cut you off? And let me and again,
but I'm not saying one way or the other, but I'm just saying, is the moral code intact, or can one question? Well, I'm not sure about that. Or is it totally intact? For instance, let me say this real quick. For instance, when you look at a Muslim of the East and they have 4 wives, right? And everybody knows that's 4. Let's take a savage like Brother Polite. You know what I mean? I said savage. Okay. He has a couple wives, right?
Right.
They all right there for the public to view.
Right.
This was not the same case.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm 100%.
Like everybody is sure about Clara Muhammad. Everybody 1,000%. He's been with her before he even became a member of the Nation of Islam. So everybody's sure about that. You see what I'm saying? But now, as the years go on, you feel what I'm saying? As a leader, the people have the right to know. The people have the right to know. And so what I'm saying is, just like a Savage Polite, he had these wives, but they right in the public, for public display beyond belief. To me, he's a nut job. But nevertheless, that was not the case with our brother Elijah Muhammad, bro.
Okay. So, and again, nobody is above reproach. Again, nobody is above
let me
question.
say this before I let you go, brother. I want people to know that we're just having a conversation. I'm not attacking Elijah Muhammad. I'm just making an example about the moral aptitude. Is the moral aptitude or the moral measure intact when something is in question, such as the example that I gave? That's all I'm saying.
Yes, it is. And let me explain the reason why. And I understand what you're saying. But again, like they teach, they said, don't get angry or don't denounce the what you call it, the dirty glass of water. Just show me the cleaner one. Now again, was Elijah Muhammad the perfect man? No, he was not. The man was not perfect. But my thing about it is, look at the condition of our families now. Look at the condition of our women now. Look at the condition of our relationships now. Look at the condition of our morals and everything when it comes to procreation. So we're going to say that a man that, again, might have not been all the way right, but still led us in the right direction as a people.
Listen,
it's
a saying in the Moorish Science Temple of America is, man know he must be what he know. If you tell a person to go and you don't go, you're no different than a block of wood. A block of wood can do the same. It can point you.
Sir, not to cut you off. Are you saying that every man that when you look around the world at any people, at the beginning of any religion, you're saying that all those men was right? All the men of any nation was right men. 100%.
That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that by the time Elijah Muhammad comes upon the scene, there is much history to go by to refine yourself on what and what not to do. And therefore, when you look at this set of circumstances right here, you said, look at the family structure today. You got a brother who is known as the messenger of Allah. One who is supposedly divinely guided. One who, in the philosophy, who was taught by God in the person.
Right.
You understand? The standard is a little bit, the standard is the bar is a little bit higher. The expectation is a little bit higher at that point. You follow what I'm saying?
So
now hold up.
And I agree with that. I agree.
So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's right or wrong in this conversation. What I am saying is that when you talk about how the family is torn apart now, wouldn't it be maybe a better chance at showing what the family structure looked like from one who calls and says that he's a messenger of Allah and says that he was talked to Allah in person? And by example, maybe the family structure will overflow from what he demonstrated?
And I think it did. I think it did. See, again, we're living in the time now. We're living in the time now where it's about the tea. It's about exposing. It's about this, that, and the third. And I'm trying to tell you, when you're as a free people, thinking as a free people, thinking as a nation that has your own manner, your own culture, your own identity, the people and that have like that, it's always stuff that righteous men or men that the intent was right have done that has not been all the way right. It has been men that have had favor among God that wasn't all the way right in their personal life, sir. That's all I'm saying.
I get that, brother. I get that. I understand exactly what you're saying. But the point
because the thing about it, listen, the thing about it, not to cut you off, sir, but the thing about it is we've turned around and exalted people up as cultural leaders and cultural heroes to live 1,000 times worse, and has led us into 10,000 times the mental and moral destruction. Can we agree on that?
But I agree. But what I'm saying is we need to stop that. We need to stop that. We need one to exemplify what this walk of life look like.
Well, then we gotta wait on Jesus.
No,
because that's the only man.
Listen to what I'm saying. No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Right.
Jesus said, "What I have done, all men can do, and even greater, because I go unto the Father." So we got to wait on ourselves to get ourselves together. You understand what I'm saying? And become the example. We have to become the example. And when we start to follow leaders, if they don't pass the litmus test, then we got to keep it moving. No, we can't make excuses for leaders no more because we're not getting nowhere.
I understand what you're saying, but see again, when all of that stuff came, I'm saying can the man that's not one, like when all the stuff came about the people who appreciate Martin Luther King, and he was a brilliant, beautiful minded brother, right? And he has and really that the liberal egalitarian social integrationist movement in Black America won out as far as the politics, the Democrats and all that won out, right? So we can say that Martin Luther King was a person that went and got us a better relationship with the dominant societies, got us 2 civil rights bills passed, got the condition in the South and the Deep South changed. Now, come to find out, 60 years later, the man took money and did. I ain't even gonna say what the man did in his personal life, right? But we know now that what has been revealed about him personally, that he was not all the way right.
Okay.
In his personal life, but did he get us real? If you in that movement, did he get you real tangible solutions, real tangible goals? Did he move his people in the direction that he thought was right?
Absolutely.
But the man, so that's what I'm saying. So then if you gonna say one man what he did,
listen to me. I agree with you 1,000%. But ask me today. Ask me, or ask anybody, have I ever defended Martin Luther King indiscretions? I guarantee you no one would defend Martin Luther King indiscretions. That's not the case with the NOI, brother.
No, I'm not trying to defend.
That's a difference. Not you. Brothers get mad when you talk about anything that they don't like when it comes to the NOI.
Right, you're right.
I never heard anybody defend Martin Luther King indiscretions, whether with the women, whether with the cigarettes, whether with taking the money. I never seen anybody defend that.
Well, no, not to cut you off again, sir. When Robert Abernathy came out with his book in '89, and he talked about some of this. I'm talking about our generation.
I'm talking about our generation.
Oh, no, okay, you're right.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm talking about our generation. But if we try to critique or look at the Nation of Islam in our community, which is their community, and we look at some of the things that is questionable, man, they coming for your head. Intellectually. They coming.
Well,
They go. I'm going to get stuff tomorrow. They're going to be like, why are you hating on the nation? Why are you hating on it? Ain't nobody hating on the nation. This is a conversation that came about because a brother in the nation wanted to get on the channel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
There's many things. There's many things and many points that I can point out that I find that need to be critiqued so we don't repeat them. And it's the same thing in the Moorish Science Temple of America.
Right.
There's some points I can point out there that need to be critiqued for those who claim they represent the Moorish Science Temple of America. Period. And guess what? If somebody, listen, let me tell you something. The same thing in the Moorish Science Temple of America. They accused Prophet Noble Drew Ali of marrying a 16-year-old sister in the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They accused him. They said that they actually got married at 12. Right? You hear what I'm saying, brother?
Okay.
You know what? I never got bent out of shape when I heard these things. What I did do, I did everything in my power to prove it a lie because I have confidence in the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And so now I will take any challenge and prove that reasonably, with evidence, that was a lie, that was a setup, and I'm going to show documentation. I'm not going to get sensitive, although it's a sensitive topic. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not going to get sensitive. I'm going to prove what actually took place. I mean, and not only that, you have videos out here where they say Prophet Noble Drew Ali. What's one of the things they say? Prophet Noble Drew Ali was doing something in a crystal ball or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't run from this stuff. I don't be like, why are you hating on the Moors? I'm like, come on, debate me on it. And because I want to use what I know to teach others about something that they know nothing about. So the NOI could use this as a teaching method. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As opposed to getting bent out of shape. Use it as a teaching method. This brother got so bent out of shape, he ultimately called me an agent. And I really like that brother. Now that's crazy.
Well, I mean, the thing about it, I think why the language comes off so strong with the disagreements is because, again, it's sitting one glass of water next to the other. So, and again, like when I heard Farrakhan, he said he was teaching on family. He was saying how family is the basic unit of a people. It's the nucleus of a people. And I'm saying that I've never read out of his teachings. Now, I've never physically read the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. I know some of the lessons that he taught, but as far as that, it's kind of hard to get, the stuff because it had its time in the 20s. Like, when they had the time.
I got it for you. What you want to talk about, family?
Well, I mean, I'm saying as far as they teachings of something that could separate us and get us into going into our own mind, into our own
Here we go. In the teachings of the Moorish Science Temple of America, when you talk about the nucleus of a family, Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches one of the lines, and I'm gonna say it word for word. He instructs Moorish Americans to take unto thyself a wife and obey the ordinance of Allah, which means God the Most High. And obey the ordinance of Allah. In other words, don't even get with a woman. Ain't no dating, ain't none of that. Take unto thyself a wife and obey the ordinance. That's the strict regimented rules that God have for you, and obey the ordinance of Allah. Take unto thyself a wife and become a faithful member of society. In the Moorish Science Temple of America, you ain't even considered a faithful member of your society. We're not talking about the society at large without a family unit. And then it tells the woman, the prophet teacher tells the woman, he said that woman, you are made, you're not a slave to man's passions. You are his reasonable companion and not a slave to his passion. And he goes on to say, when man look upon you with delight, hear with caution their seducing words. Here we come. So it's warning women that men will try to play games with them. Here we caution their seducing words.
Right, okay.
And be not a slave. So, and I'm just giving you tidbits. I'm giving you tidbits, but what I'm telling you, it warns the woman not to be taken advantage of. It warns the man that man, whenever you try to come hard on a woman, you better remember your own imperfections.
Okay.
You better. So what I'm saying is,
the Moorish Science Temple of America. So they don't do no dating. They do courting, no dating.
Courting,
brother.
Let me tell you what.
Okay.
Let me tell you what. My wife hit me over the head. So when I meet my wife, I tell her, yeah, we got to get together and go out. After she denied me a couple of times, you know what I mean? She turned me down a couple of times. And I was like, you know what I mean? I say, so I got a little bit frustrated. I said, I ain't talking to her no more. I mean, shoot. But anyway, I said to her when we got talking again that I wanted to take her out. And she said, I'm a Moorish American. You a Moorish American. We don't do no dating. We courting or nothing at all. You see what I'm saying? So when you start to get these teachings that we subscribe to, a leader will not be able to pull off these things that we see. And if they pull it off, it's already written and they're going to expose themselves. You feel me? They're going to expose themselves. And so what I'm saying is there's certain things that need to be in place so they can be held accountable. What holds man and woman accountable? We have what holds us accountable. And I'm not saying that about our brother Elijah Muhammad at all, but I'm just saying that if there is any question about the moral compass of a leader, there's going to be a problem.
Right.
So brother, anything you want to add before we get out of here, brother? I appreciate your conversation, brother. You're welcome to come anytime.
Oh, no, thanks for taking my call. You know, it's just like I said before, you know, to me, it just comes off like we want salvation and stuff and on a silver platter. And I'm like, well, and I just want to let us know, like, okay, if even people that dogged out, like when you know, like Brother Seti knew back in the day, all the people when they came and started dogging out Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And I'm not as familiar with his teachings. I've been it's Moorish to stay in my apartment complex and go to the temple and stuff like that. But like I said before, it's like you have to look at, and I'm gonna do more research so I know more about Noble Drew Ali.
But all you gotta do is hit me up to arkabay@gmail.com, brother. That's all you got to do. Because a lot of these Moors out here, they're going to give you some fugazi information that's nothing, no association with Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And you ain't going to be calling me talking about I'm crazy. This Alonzo, brother Arkabay, you crazy. All you Moors are crazy. Nah, brother.
Right. That's all I was trying to convey. I'm like, if we need serious help. We need a serious cultural and moral and family reform as a people.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and I'm open to anybody. I just feel like sometimes when we get it and it's not all the way right, or it's something that might needs to be germinated, it needs to be seeded, it needs to be tendered, it needs to be cultivated.
Let me ask you a question. I want to bring Super Mike on, but I want to ask you a question. You had mentioned early on, you said, you know, for sisters to cover their head and dress modest and all that. I believe in the modest dress, 1000%. But I am at total odds with man controlling a woman in the sense of, Now, some women that want to do it, they do it. You know what I'm saying? But in the sense of you must cover your head, you must do this, and you must do that. We come from the universe. You know what I mean? We are God's creation. You know what I'm saying? And these customs that man make, they try to make like God made them. Man be making this stuff up as they go along. Now we know women should be modest. Their buns shouldn't be out. I mean, come on, that's just respect. I mean, the boobs shouldn't be jumping out. But when you start talking about you're going to customarily dress a woman and you're a man, that's a big problem, bro.
We'll see this again,
and then we start saying the Most High said it. Allah said it.
This is my thing about it. Now, when we look, because my thing is like this: when you open the door to certain things, it's no telling where what that door might lead you to. Now, if we flip to the 85 and what the 85 is talking about in regards to women, to black women, it's constant Negroes talking about what the black woman is, what the black woman ain't, what the black woman is doing, this and the third. And the thing about it is like, if you don't want to have certain measurements, if you don't want to have certain customs and norms, then you shouldn't complain about the condition that the black woman is in. That's my feeling about it.
I get you. I
feel like if they're taught, I feel like if the black woman is taught this, it's not a thing of pushing it on her. It's a thing of saying that because at this point we done did all the fornicating we could do. We done did all the being the players and the pimps, and the woman's done did the effing dresses, and done did the everything out and the back out and the skin out and being at the bar and all this type of stuff. And to me, I feel like it's thrown our relationships. It's thrown our procreation.
But let me tell you something. My wife has Muslim character, whether she wear a turban or not.
Right. I understand.
Whether she wear it or not, if she choose to wear her turban or not, she has superb Muslim character.
Right.
And a fool ain't gonna approach. They already feel the energy. It ain't happening.
But don't you think if our women was to be in a respectable headdress or respectable dress, that you wouldn't have the blue, green, red weaves and all the hair worship?
I think if we're able to inspire our women to dress within their head, we wouldn't have to worry about them covering their head as a precaution. All we got to do is address with inside, and they address with inside. Right. Inspire them to address with inside, and there is no need to cover with outside, because guess what? The glow is going to be so radiant that the cover going to be there, but it's going to be way more beautiful than a piece of cloth.
I got you.
That's where we need to get to. We need to move into the futuristic thinking that we are a godly people. I mean, we are a good people. That we can't say, oh, because a woman wear this and that and somebody tries to rape her. This was the Muslim sentiments. Oh, we got to dress our women because if they're not, somebody's going to rape them. Well, guess what? There's something going on with your religion that makes a man think that that's okay. Something have not been touched in the soul of that man. There's something wrong with the religion that you saying that is guided by God. Because there's
no, I don't think
now, hold up. Now let me say this real quick. Now, if you are a collective in a society, whether you are Hebrew, whether you are Moorish, whether you are Nation of Islam, and your sister dressed modestly but not covered up in all these big old garbs, and some man happened to rape her, and you don't drag him out of his house, there's nothing wrong with him. He did what a savage does. But you allow it to happen, and he didn't get no retribution. We become the problem.
Right.
So although society might be in disarray, Jesus say, be in the world, but not of the world. And when someone comes into your world, you already know what it is.
My thing, and I understand what you said. Like you're right. You have to dress up the inside rather than the outside. And I agree 100%. But the thing of what I was saying is I'm taking us from the condition that we're in now. I'm not saying, I'm saying that the 85. If you flip to the manosphere and all them type of people, and they sit up there 24 hours and talk about what black women is. So I'm saying, instead of us going and doing all of that, if we put our women in modest dress,
we gonna put our women in mind. Listen to the talk, though, brother.
We teach them.
We put them in.
Teach them,
brother. That's indoctrination.
But let me say something.
But what I'm saying is that let me just say this one point. I'm saying, at the end of the day, then if the people, then they shouldn't complain. You should.
No, nobody's complaining. Cool. I don't think we complain.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. When we look at the let's do this, and then I gotta let you go because I got my brother was waiting. When you look at the story of the Garden of Eden, right? When you look at the story of Garden of Eden, and my man Cain went into the land of Nod and came back with a wife. They was protected in the Garden of Eden, so there was actually other people on earth because Cain had to find somebody else to come back with a wife. What I'm saying is that you can be in your Garden of Eden. You understand what I'm saying? And the world can go on around you.
Right.
The problem is we are not creating this new Jerusalem to come out of heaven. We're not creating this Garden of Eden. We're not putting a protection around ourselves. But the world is always going to have some people out of balance, brother. We're not going to that's never going to change. That's the polarity of this experience on this place called Earth. That's the polarity. It's always going to be. So the best thing that you can do is help inspire, unfold the mind into greatness and bring them into a community setting. And that's where the protection is.
I'm saying, I mean, how can we do that? Because the condition that we're in, being in the club, being hardcore individuals.
Let me say this,
being
brother.
Players.
Let me say this, brother. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I started teaching myself not to do the last few months. Stop saying we, because if you striving to be a righteous brother, that's not you.
Right.
So you got to understand that a segment of our community is going to be right there, but you're not right there at this point. So now what you want to do is try to inspire people not to be right there, but that's not you. Try to inspire people to awaken their mind so you can be of one mind. And even if they're in the club, they still of one mind. And when the destruction starts, they can calm the fury. It's all about one mind in this day and time, man. People might smoke blunts, people might drink, people might still do things that the Bible say don't do, the Quran say don't do. But I'm gonna tell you, some of these brothers and sisters will be your tightest allies when things get heavy. You feel me? So we have to be really careful, brother.
I feel you, but the thing about it is that but at the same time, it's like, look where it has led us as a people, though. Look at, that's my thing. It's like,
I got you,
we can't sit up. That's all,
I got you.
But like I said, I'm definitely gonna email you about the information, the real Moorish information, man. Thanks for taking my call, man.
Indeed, my brother. Appreciate you. So with that being said, brother, the floor is yours. I know you've been waiting for a minute, but the floor is yours, brother.
Well, no, brother, I appreciate you having him on and having this discussion and everything. Islam, brother. Assalamu alaikum. And peace to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Peace to the Nation of Islam. I'm a member of the Nation of Islam since 9 years old.
What's your name, brother? You
brother Michael Akiba Farad.
All right. You're a member of the nation under the leadership of the Minister Louis Farrakhan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, salute. Assalamu alaikum. So somebody put the number in here. Somebody else wanted to call in. But talk to me, brother.
Right. And the thing is, just a clarification.
Brother, you don't seem offended, brother. You seem very peaceful.
Nope. Because I'm not. I've been, like I said, I've been in the nation since I was 9 years old. My family came in Detroit, Mosque number 1. And, we raised up, I seen all kind of stuff. And just like Dr. Wesley said, and this is a fact, whatever's in the nation, whatever's outside the nation, we got in the nation.
Absolutely.
So if you think everything, see, a lot of people's religion, am I echoing?
No, you good. You good. You good.
Okay.
I'm just typing in the
No.
chat.
A lot of people's religion tells them, see, people, the way a lot of, if you listen to Minister Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they tell you that our Islam is not a religion, but it had to be presented as a religion because of the condition that we were being raised up out of. We had to go, we needed religion. There's a lot of people right now, which is a good thing that the people are dissatisfied with religion now because it makes us want to get rid of religion. But we, during that time where our people were enslaved, we couldn't be burdened with the type of knowledge that we have now because we wouldn't be able to complete these prophecies. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, we needed some kind of just monadical religion just to let us survive, to keep our brain intact in a sleep state. And now we're getting the wisdom. The wisdom is being poured into the people, is being poured back into the people. This ancient wisdom that we talking here, you know, that's being circulating for the past, 100 years or whatever. So the thing is like this. We're being raised. It's just like when the sun, just like when the
You go ahead.
Brother Bashir, I do.
Stand
yeah,
by,
it's just like
Brother Bashir.
it's just like when the
Yes,
sun
sir.
raises up in the morning. It's like when the sun raises up in the morning. It just don't pop up in the sky. The sun has to raise up. So as far, I think your critique, you were saying something like, the moral criticism. What was your exact thing? Because
What
you
I
were
was
saying,
saying is the brother said that the brother had mentioned that that the Nation of Islam was teaching us moral values in all intents and purposes, and which I agree. But I said, with Elijah Muhammad and some of the sisters whom he have children by, his example it has never been really rectified as to what that was. You see what I'm saying? And that example to get people on a moral path is one thing, but to be the example of moral excellence is another thing. And if it's in question, not saying it's right or wrong, if it's in question, then it defeats the purpose of the moral example that a leader is supposed to display. Because the leader is the example.
Leadership is an example. And the only thing I say to people with that question, because, I understand because we're coming up in Satan's world. This is the world of our enemy. You know what I'm saying? The enemy won. We are literally in at least it's a more than a 500-year war, but even with the fall of Spain, right? Moors coming over here and being mixed into the slave process, the enslavement process of our minds and the erasure of our memory. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, it's like this. Our calculus, our programming, is literally done in not only our programming, but our parents' programming, their parents' programming. So this is like sincere lies over lies, layered over lies that we've been fed for literally hundreds of years. You don't just snap and tell the truth in that fix. What I'm saying is this. Our calculation, we understand that most of the people's calculation, when you try to judge a man like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad from that calculation, of course you're going to say that. And that's why it's like, I'm not bothered with it, because I understand that some people just not going to come on the side that people in the nation come on that question.
I get that. But the point that I'm making is that what the show was initially about, all inclusive for all of our people. Some of these things have to be reconciled. If I thought that I was going to bring a program to our people as a Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America that would be all inclusive, and I say that I follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I had better reconcile that old fake he married a child stuff.
Okay. And the thing
You
is, though,
understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, see, okay, reconciling something is actually kind of personal for each person that hears the information, because each person had, okay, first of all, the information is out there, right? Everybody knows what's up. Everything has been admitted. We have the wives on recording. We have so we in the nation, we consider them mothers. You see what I'm saying? And now, like I said, you guys who don't accept that perception, I can understand that. I can understand it.
Though, Super Mike, remember this. We judge time by cycle ages. A week is a cycle. A month is a cycle. A year is a cycle. 2 years, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this stuff is not going to go away.
It's not supposed to.
A new generation is going to ask the question.
That's right.
5 years from now.
That's right.
You may have to continue to address this. You see what I'm saying? But when one get offensive and start calling people I didn't address that, but when one get offensive and the conversation can't be had, that's why I admire you coming on here very calm and everything, because many brothers will get offensive with this conversation.
I know that. And that's why I said earlier, everything that's outside of the nation is inside of the nation. So a lot of times, sometimes our people, just because we do have training, we have restrictive laws, we have the meaning of FOI, we have drill, we have all this training. So from a lot of times, from the perception of folks on the outside of this teaching, when you see it on the surface level, you're gonna see them brothers got it locked down tight, because they're kind of good at a lot of stuff together at uniformity a little bit. But when you get into deep conversations with individuals, there's different situations, and in those conversations will bring things out of that individual. Maybe that individual didn't understand it that good. Maybe you hit a pressure point. Maybe you see what I'm saying? So you're going to have just like on the outside, I could talk to you about certain things. You might get hot at, just like earlier, you said, don't talk to those Moors because they're going to have you believe in something crazy, right?
Yeah, I want them to come to me. If you ask anything about me, come to me. If you ask anything about the Moorish Science tip of America, come to me, because there is a bunch of mixed information out there.
Right. So that's all I'm saying is just because you get a certain temperament from talking with one personality, I know that is good, because we're believers, but you're going to get different personalities. Go ahead.
Before I get the other caller in, you said I would love to ask, and you've been around long enough, so I guess this is an appropriate question. What is actually the structure of we spoke about religion earlier. What is actually the structure of the religion of the Nation of Islam? Is it Quran? Is it Master Farad Muhammad? Is it Elijah Muhammad? Or it's everything?
It's mathematics. It's mathematics. Our religion is just as right as mathematics.
No, what I'm asking is,
I'm gonna tell you.
Is the Quran the measuring stick? Is the
I'm
Quran
gonna tell you.
the measuring stick? Okay.
Let me tell you. I had to answer it in this way because I got to leave that little bit of foundation just as quickly as I know how to answer that question. I know what you asked. I'm saying everything that is true, the ultimate right, number one, and that truth is found in Quran, is found in mathematics, universal law. These things we are held to as truth. All of the teachings of the prophets that come from God that are the truth in the Bible. And so this is what we're held to standard as. We're told to study nature. The Minister Farrakhan said the real book and the real mother book is nature, is universe. We're supposed to study how what Allah created and how he created. That is the standard. Now I'll give you the formal stuff. We got restrictive law. We got Quran, message to the black man. these, you know, the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad and Honorable Elijah
The
Muhammad.
reason why I asked that, right? Because I mentioned earlier how our standard is take unto thyself a wife. What is the standard of the Nation of Islam, and what is it drawn from? Oh, you dropped
Cutting
off.
out. Oh shoot, you
Yeah.
all right?
What is the standard, and what is it drawn from? Is it 4, 5, 6 wives? Is it one wife? What is it drawn from? Is I'm asking.
Okay, I'll tell you. The standard is one wife for the members of the Nation of Islam. The messenger of Allah has a path that he's supposed to take, and that is for him. Now the thing is, like I said before, now we can explain that, and we have teachings to back that up, but we understand that folks who don't accept that narrative and that perception, that's cool, but this is how it's done. The men of the Nation of Islam is with one wife. Now the standard of Quran says up to 4, but our teaching is that that is conditional upon the situations, you know, that you're in. One wife is best if you but knew. You see what I'm saying? And that is the standard that we're being taught, and that's what we follow. You see what I'm saying? Now you know, people make all these moral judgments, and I understand that because, like I said, I understand this.
I don't think a lot of people are making moral judgments per se. Some people are just antagonists. The reason the reason why I'm saying that is because remember, let's holding on to the thought of the initial show was something that can be all inclusive, and something that's all inclusive that everybody can benefit. You know, people are going to ask these questions,
and that's good. That's good. The thing is, this is what I know for a fact. The minister said that everybody's not going to join the Nation of Islam. But what we do have is we got million more movement. That's why the minister goes into churches. He don't tell those people come out of those churches and join the mosque, because we believe that it's not really about conversion. That's a white man's concept. I don't need you to join and necessarily say you what I'm is. If we both start developing ourselves according to the best truth that we know how, and the best knowledge, the best moral fiber that we truly believe in, then what will happen is we will start to develop. And as we develop in self-improvement, then your perceptions will change.
Well,
because right now,
let me say this. I got another caller, but let me say this, brother.
Okay. Yes, sir.
The time has come now, whereas we need something concrete. You know what I'm saying?
It's concrete, brother.
This is what I'm saying. We need something concrete that can reach over and inspire us all. This is where we at right now, regardless of what you believe in. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me answer that before I go. Go ahead. Let me answer that because
so what I'm saying is a lot of these ideas, a lot of these small accomplishments from our leaders, whoever they may be, whether it be from the nation, whether it be from the Moorish Science Temple of America, many of them has been philosophizing liberation, but we haven't seen a glimpse of what real liberation looked like yet. So I think that's why this conversation is important.
But let me say something. A lot of times black people win, but we just did not know how to hold our winnings because we didn't have the substance to maintain our victories. When we ran the enemies, because in 1968, when that summer of riot, what they call riots or uprising, and a lot of the enemy or the Caucasians, they ran up out of the inner cities and they left and they went into the suburbs, and we had the inner city. It was actually a win. We had control of territory, but we didn't understand how to see what we had. And so, oh shoot. Yeah. So do you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We didn't know how to maintain what we had. So the thing that we need that we don't have, but To us, because of our calculation, we look at it as imperception. We look at it as non-tangible. But we need our people to be self-developed because we are not able to maintain our victories. We literally currently have control of territory. We literally control territory.
Where?
Major cities. Look, in
We
Detroit,
have
number
the
one.
numbers, but we don't control nothing.
Well, you see, that's my point. That's my point, because we think we have victories, but we don't have enough self-development and knowledge. Let me finish that point. Let me finish that point. We have territory and material, but we don't have the people with the right mindset to literally see.
So we don't control it. We don't have territory. Listen, let me say this, because I gotta get the brother on the phone.
Okay, but that's because we haven't done the work to develop the people.
I agree with that. So my point, so you agree with me from my show.
That's right.
You agree with me.
Earlier, when you said earlier, we need something tangible. I'm saying, look at what we got, bro. You don't have to tell me. Hold on. Let me finish that because I know you got the other person. We don't have to come out of the Moorish Science Temple. We don't have to come out of just get the people and start building together, start working together on where we agree. Stop criticizing each other on where we disagree.
No one has a plan that will be the glue.
We do have a plan. It's called the Black United Front, man. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, when people say no one has something, like, it's good that you're having this conversation, because you were saying, I think people should ask, where is the plan?
Someone says, how many wives did Farrakhan have?
Those are kind of, I don't want to, because I know you got somebody else on. That's a deep question that I don't know. And it's not really our business, because it's not freeing us. Our job is to go ahead and
come on, bro.
They can answer it. They can ask it. It's okay. But what I'm saying is,
let me ask you a question. You mean to tell me that you can call one inspired by God, and you don't have to? It's a saying in the Moorish Science Temple of America again, that you will know me by my words, actions, and deeds. In order to qualify someone to be a qualified leader, you need to know who they are to qualify that. So to make a statement like, that ain't my business.
Listen what I'm saying. This is how I will handle that. That might be a point that you and I may disagree on. So instead of us fighting about something that
I'm not fighting, I'm telling you. Let me finish. You say this is the age of wisdom. Let's use wisdom. If I'm your leader, right? And if I'm your leader, and behind the scenes, I have boyfriends, girlfriends, and all that, you gonna say, ain't my business.
Let me tell you something.
You're like, my leader's a punk.
Brother.
My leader's a punk.
See, let me.
I gotta call him, brother.
I know, but you keep putting on new points. But what I want to answer that one thing. Look, if you're a leader in business, and I'm dealing with you on this particular business, right? I'm dealing with you on that business. I'm not talking about your boyfriends that you got. I'm not trying to make judgments. So let me finish that. Hold on. No. This is the principle. This is a principle. A principle will transfer in different categories. It will look different. But what I'm saying is, if you don't agree with Farrakhan on that point,
I don't know.
Hold on. Listen, I know this is a principle. I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying, if somebody does not agree with Farrakhan on that point, okay, don't join the nation. But guess what? Maybe there's an agenda here that we do agree on.
No,
let's make movement on that. That's the wisdom. That's it.
But what I'm saying is that makes the plan that's all inclusive hard to achieve at that point, because people are going to question the moral aptitude of the plan.
Well, they don't. Oh, okay. Well, like I said,
Brother,
well, if that's
brother, can you email me so we can have a whole show together, brother? I think we can get busy. I like you. I think we can get busy.
I'll email you, brother. Okay, let
Say
me get off
something
of
in
here.
closing.
All right, big people. All right, peace.
No, you can say something in closing. Oh, my bad. Hold on. So I got my bro here, but hold on. Mac Low, hold up. I got a brother on the phone, Brother Bashir, and then you up next. Brother Bashir, are you there?
Peace to the family. Shalom, salam alaikum. Islam.
Brother, thank you for your patience, but that was a little long one. But let's keep it, if we keep it short, that'll be good, brother.
I definitely want to keep it short, but I was enjoying y'all going back and forth. I think that I really do think that you brought up, well, let me change that word. You actually did speak truth to power. You know, that's just a reality.
Oh, this Bashir? This my guy? Hey, family, this the Imam. This Bashir. I ain't know that was the Imam. Salam alaikum, Imam. Now they gonna come for my head. Now they gonna come for the Moor's head. But we do it in love. And that's what I try to... Bashir.
I'm not coming for nobody's head tonight.
Brother Bashir, even if you did, you know what? For these years that we've known each other, went back and forth, we have never come to the point where I called you an agent, you called me an agent, or you my enemy. You understand what I'm saying, Bashir?
Right.
Unbelievable to me. This Imam Bashir, the floor is yours, brother. My apology.
No, we good, King. We good. But no, I think, you know, and it's a thing, you know, because we are attached to certain people, especially people we look up to. So there's an emotional attachment there. And, you know, it's hard to stand up against someone that you love, you know. It doesn't have to be physical, but just, you know, verbally, to disagree with somebody that you love. It's really a hard thing because it's uncomfortable. But, you know, and Malcolm, you know, I think Malcolm really brought it out and exposed, you know, a lot of what the nation was doing in the background that was contrary to, you know, the divine guidance, you know. And, you know, and there was a lot of change. And I like when you asked the question, like, what was the barometer? So if the barometer is the Quran, which is obviously the case with the Nation of Islam, then, you know, you have to adhere to, you know, the text, and you cannot add or take away from it. You know, so, you know, that's something that Brother Elijah Muhammad had to, you know, work out. And I'm not trying to go in on the nation tonight, but yeah, it's some real talks that need to be had, you know, concerning that matter. But I really was calling to speak about the and I don't fully disagree with you as far as the women covering themselves, because the women shouldn't be prisoners to their garments. However, you know, when we understand the Islamic concept, the man and the woman have to observe what we would term like purdah or modesty. You know, so the men, the Quran gives the men an order too, to make sure they are covered and in certain ways that Muslim men are supposed to cover. So, you know, you're not supposed to have your shirt off, not even at the basketball court, you know, things like that. Your short's too high, exposing the knees, etc.
Is that in the Quran? What ayat is that? Let me read it to the people.
Well, this is primarily, well, if you look at the Quran as far as the purdah, you would see that Allah says, and I can't think of the verse, directing to the lowering of the gaze and protecting the private parts. But when you go into hadith, it gets
no. Okay, I got you. It's in the hadith. Okay.
The hadith give you more explanation on that, right? Yeah. So you know, and I want to conclude with this, but I think that, you know, the understanding the time that we are in is very important. So during the time of this 1400 years where the Quran had came from Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the teachings in it had something very special because it was adapting or making this proposition in a time where, you know, things was going to go crazy. So if we look at our society today, you know, we have sex trafficking, we have, you know, molestation in our homes, you know, our women in general, outside of those horrific things, our women are so attached to, you know, fake hair and this image of they want to be beautiful, you know, that's helping them degrade themselves as it pertains to morals, you know. So the proper covering of a man and a woman is very important to the establishment of the society, you know. And like I said, I'm not going to be long-winded, but I just want to say this last part. If we do understand, you know, the situation that we are in, then we need to, you know, make the right decisions and the most intelligent decisions. So if you're going to go, like, for example, we wouldn't go and just put our hands into a barrel that's full of poisonous snakes. We just wouldn't do it. Why? Because we know that harm will come to us. You know, if you're going to go in the wild, you know lions are there, and you're going to hang, you know, be walking around with steak on your back, you should know that there's probably a chance that you will be attacked because, you know, you holding around, you know, food. So the same thing in this society, like, these people are out here, and our women have become a target. They've become food. So I think it's intelligent if our women always protect themselves and cover themselves. It's not going to prevent, as the Quran says, it's not and I'm paraphrasing, it's not a prevention of somebody actually physically coming to take you, but rather it's a barrier. You know, it's a barrier that is there to start the process of understanding, listen, this is not for sale, and you can't touch this. I can see Hammer, but go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I got you, brother. Bashir, we gotta get you back on here, because I will say this. It's a saying that we have in the Moorish Science Temple of America, which I think all the sayings that I give is universal. It says that you are afforded protections within the bands of society. So wherever you may be and whatever you subscribe to, it should be in a society type form, a community type form. So whether that sister is covered fully and can't see, you know what I mean, out the veil, or whatever the case may be, or whether she's just modestly dressed like a lady that go to church, within the bands of society or community, that's where the protection lies. And if one would violate, then they will deal with that band coming from that society. Now, if this band of society is a real force to be reckoned with, ain't nobody thinking about messing with somebody coming from that band of society, whether it be a Muslim, whether it be a Moor, whether it be a Hebrew, Kemetic, whatever the case may be. We have weak communities because we have weak men, and we want to try to act as if we're going to pacify our women with, cover this and cover that. That's good if it's cultural. It's cultural. It's good. But the point is, it's time, I believe, it's time for us to get our communities intact. I think it's time for us to get our wisdom intact and unfold to the next level, or we're going to be stuck 1,400 years ago. It's time for us to unfold to another level. It's time to raise up those that's going to be like Muhammad, those that's going to be like Jesus, those that's going to be like Khadijah, those, you understand what I'm saying? That's where we need to get to. That's where I'm at with it.
Absolutely, brother. I agree. I agree with that.
And I'm going to say this, Bashir, then I got to get my other caller. We stunt our growth when we don't see that there's a possibility that we can walk around in society as civilized people. And I'm talking about our community, your community. Bro, you know they just put a big mosque here in Baltimore. Did you know that? Your people?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Bro, I'm gonna send you a picture of it it's crazy. The Ahmadiyya, they just bought a whole parking lot and put it down here. But the point that I'm making is the Ahmadiyya community, you know what I mean? They are to protect those people of that community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now if you want to do the cultural justice, that's cool. But the Moors should be protecting our women. And when they protect, they should be a brass wall. And people should think twice. They should think twice to even approach a sister with a button on that said that they got a star and a crescent. Just wear a button.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, brother. And, you know, as it pertains to, you know, protecting our women and our family structures, etc., in the very communities that we are, that's the start. I totally agree with you. However, the thing is, though, is that we are in what I would term as Babylon or Sodom and Gomorrah. We're in the time where the mother and father is against each other. Sons and daughters are against their, you know, siblings. This is prophesied about, and we can really see it in real time.
Is that happening in the Ahmadiyya community?
What exactly?
What I'm saying is, Jesus make the statement to be in the world but not of the world. So the Ahmadiyya community should be the protection of the people. The Moorish Science Temple of America should be the protection of the people. Out there in what we call the dunya, out there in the exterior society or exterior community from ours, these things are going to happen. So you strengthen your community and you bring the people who are interested in that into the protection of your community.
Oh,
that stuff is never going to change.
But see, what I'm propagating is trying to win the hearts of the people to understand why.
Let me tell you. Let me say this, Brother Bashir. I could not, in good conscience, be with a sister, even when I was trying to find sisters that of like-minded, whether they was Moorish or not, right? I could not, in good conscience, look a sister in the face and say, you're going to put on this turban or you can't be with me. Not in good conscience. I couldn't do that. There's no way humanly possible I could do that. But you know and I know that most brothers that are Muslim, that they are going to push the concept that you are going to wear this demonstration if we're going to be together.
And what's wrong with that? That's my question to you. What is wrong with that?
Hey, if the sister go for it, go for it. But I'm just telling you, I want a sister that think for herself. I want a sister that do things because that's what she feel to do, and not because I say I expect you to do this.
Yeah, and that sounds good, but you know, and for the most part, I agree with you. But we are to guide and lead our women and our children.
Oh my goodness.
You know, period.
See, I ain't of that thought. Hey, let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna let you go on this note. You said we are here to guide and lead our women and children. You was guided from the mother in the womb, brother. Your mother guided you. Your mother fed you when you couldn't feed yourself. Your mother bathed you when you couldn't bathe yourself. Your mother changed you. Now, all of a sudden, we big men and now we must guide them? No, it's a give and take, brother. It's a give and take. It ain't no we guide no woman. The woman take care of you when you can't take care of yourself. And now we got big-headed.
Now we get had a man going inside of her.
No, I didn't say that. I said take care of you. That man ain't have no breast milk. That man ain't have the nurturing of a mother. That man did not have the warmth of a mother's chest. That man did not have that. No, brother. That woman guided you.
You're appeasing to the women.
No, I'm not appeasing. This is a fact, brother. That's not appeasing, brother. Brother, this is a fact, brother.
Because she, yeah, it is.
It's about balance.
From your mom.
Bro,
absolutely.
Listen what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm telling you is that it's reciprocal. It's not no man guide no woman. It's reciprocal. It's not no man guide no child. It's reciprocal. It's the man woman that balance this thing out, brother. Come on. Come on, brother.
Listen, see, I think you just went a little too far.
Let me get a number. Hey, Bashir. I think you got my number. Can we text me, brother, and we set up a show and talk about some topics, brother?
Yes, we can do that. Yes,
all right. All right. Well, salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, brother. I love you, my brother. You know I love you, brother. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Love you too, bro. We'll make up.
Indeed. Peace. So with that being said, family, I'm just not saying this. I'll say this. I know Bashir's still listening. I'm not saying this to appease any woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this because I know that we have been indoctrinated. I know that we have bit the bait in thinking that we are the head cornerstone of everything, when that's not the case. That's not an African tradition. That's not an indigenous tradition. That's a European tradition. Our tradition is it takes the balance. It takes the polarity. It takes the sun. It takes the moon. It takes the night. It takes the day. It takes the woman. It takes the man. It takes left and the right. It takes both. And not one is above the other. Each have their role, but one is not greater than the other. We need to get that out of our head. We tripping. With that being said, let me give my brother Mac Low. Unmute yourself, Mac Low, and then I got Crypto Diamonds. We're going to wrap it up.
All right. I just want to say.
Mac Low, listen, don't attack me. Am I wrong?
No. Bro, I'm not in no organization. I'm not in no religion. You know, I believe in a higher being.
I can't hear nothing.
Hello?
Can you hear Crypt? Crypt said he can't hear.
Hello?
That was Cryptonomics. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead, brother. Crypt trying to get his audio straight.
Okay. I'm not in no religion. I'm not in no organization. I believe in a higher being, but I just want to say, like, if this is, you know, for the brothers, no disrespect to them, but if this is what my generation has to look to for help,
you talking to me?
No. I'm talking to them. Like, I'm talking to the ones that came on, but no disrespect to them. But if this is what my generation has to look for help, we're not going nowhere. Like, we're just going to be going back to the 80s. The same thing is just going to keep repeating itself, because what they were saying is just a bunch of, you know, it's you know, white voice is malarkey. Like, it's garbage. There's no order. You're telling a woman, you can't tell a woman what to wear. That's not going to work. You know, and sad to say, a lot of the people in the NOI today joined it for like a fad. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like them solid individuals in the beginning where they were actually out there putting in work, going into the hoods, talking to real gang members and things like that. You know, these dudes.
I said on the other show, many of them have turned into intellectuals now.
Yeah. And it's all about money. Like, I asked my uncle why he leave the nation. He said, you know, he wondered why there were people that were in the nation that were starving, and, you know, they're giving money to the nation and things like that. And you got Farrakhan out here wearing these $1,000 suits and everything like that. You know, like, that was a big red flag for him. I mean, everybody gonna have their own belief. My belief at the end of the day is I just feel like women want to be taken care of. You know what I mean? Like, in their nature, it's men's job to take care of them, and we don't do a good job at that today.
Indeed. Let me ask you this question. Somebody said, do I believe that it takes two incomes in today's society? No, it don't take two incomes, but it's beneficial. A lot of things that we do are luxuries. A lot of things that we have are luxuries. A lot of food that we eat is luxury and poison. So a lot of this extra income go towards killing and destroying ourselves anyway. So we don't need two incomes in today's society. It's very beneficial, and it would even be twice as beneficial if we learn to invest that extra income. But it don't take, I mean, we be living above our means. Let's keep it a buck. And then we say, oh man, it's different now. Yeah, we got too many hangups. We got far too many hangups. But finish up, and I'm gonna bring Crip and Sadiq Israel up in here in a second.
Yeah, but yeah, I just want to add on to say that a lot of these people that come on that are older, that sound like these gentlemen that came on today, they can't even talk to people around my age in their 20s and things like that. We just like, because we're like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense.
Bye, family.
It doesn't make any sense. And to wrap it up, I just want to say, yo, Grand Sheik, just keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? And keep banging on
me back, low. They be coming for me, man.
Yo,
Sadiq I don't care because
they coming for themselves. Like we sit, yo, we in the back.
Sadiq about to get me right now.
Yo, we in the back, like, yo,
nah, ain't none of that.
What are y'all talking about? Like,
and you know what, bro?
What are y'all talking about?
You know what? The sad thing about it is that
I'm 25. What are they talking about? Listen, these women want to. I'm sorry, Grand Sheik. Sorry to cut your wisdom, but these women that are my age, they're so caught up in chasing a bag the wrong way, putting their lives in danger because men can't man up and do the right things. Get the money the right way. Take care of your children. If you're bringing a child into this world with the women that you brought a child in, you need to stay with that woman. Or don't bring a child into.
That's right.
We should not have to worry about a woman walking around naked if we were the ones that were enforcing that, yo, these women are not going to be preyed upon. Because we didn't know we were naked until the white man came in the picture.
And guess what, though, bro? And I'll tell you this. If we have more stand-up brothers, again, that naked woman syndrome is advertisement so they can take care of themselves. Because the family unit has been broken, and now that two income or that strong income and taking care of the house or however people choose to arrange it is so broken. Now she got to do what she got to do. Okay, how you gonna talk crazy about her? She got to do what she got to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Because she been hypnotized to believe too that I got to be a strong black woman. You know what I mean? And we've been hypnotized, believe I'm the head of the house. Or we get so crazy, then we say, well, okay, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Do your thing. And there you go. The cycle just repeats itself. But my thing is that I think it's time for us. And I'm going to tell you, I've been hypnotized too with the psychology that from that European. You know what I mean? But I think that it's time for us to put more value on our way of thinking and believe that we can raise our thinking to God consciousness.
Yes,
and when I'm talking about God consciousness, I'm talking about the consciousness of the prophets. If you believe in the prophets, the consciousness of the prophets. Don't see them as a prophet out here that you can't reach. No, see them as something that you can become. Raise us to God consciousness. Whether it be and stop talking about a woman can't do this, a woman can't do this. That's some European psychology all day, every day.
Speaking death on you, speaking death when you say you can't do something anyway. You speaking death on it. Words are power. If you speaking this and you speaking that, and it's all negative, you killing what you putting in the universe. You killing what you putting in your atmosphere. You killing what can what you doing is manifesting something into your reality that can affect you spiritually, mentally, physically, and everything else. And we do that within our own people. Man, we kill ourselves with words more than we do anything, man.
Look, I heard, all due respect though, I heard Brother Wesley Muhammad say one day, he said, somebody asked him, is the head or something? He said, yes, man is the first alarm. A woman is the second alarm. So man is in control of the second alarm. He was saying that demonstrates with confidence too. But I'm just saying though, regardless of the doctrine of what we believe in, all the doctrines say we come from God. How are we going to be a first and a second? Either we are or we not. Blue me away. But I told my wife be bucking the system. You know what I mean? I'm real liberal. You know what I mean? But I told her, we gonna put you up in the Nation of Islam or ISUPK. You ain't gonna be bucking on me. We gonna cover you up and everything. Man, my wife will go crazy. You know what I mean? Because we are to the point now where we need true liberation of the mind. You can't have liberation of the mind if you don't have free thinkers. Free thinkers is one that's going to take this thing along the path to liberation. It's going to take us along the path. It's going to be free thinkers. It's going to be one that want to dress classy and not nasty. It's going to be one that want to be intelligent and not sound like an idiot. It's going to be the one that don't want to be taken as being emotional every time somebody disagree with them, but being intelligent, calm, and collective. That's going to be the group that's going to take us to the next level. All these little emotional
right,
come on.
All right. My nephew just left, and he's 20. You know, and me talking to this brother. The morals that you talk about, the standards, gone, folks. This generation don't see that.
Let me say this too.
It's like the brother said. As far as getting money out here, these folks,
what do you think this generation sees?
And they scamming, and that's all they thinking about. Quick money.
So that's
money.
What do you think this generation
quick
sees?
money? They mind our own. They mind our own getting out here and working for it. And you know, I look at the people before them, like me and other brothers and other sisters. You know, we have to hold that to our accountability. You know what I'm saying? What are we teaching them? Absolutely. What are we showing them?
I mean to cut your
wisdom. If we aren't empowering and enlightening, we are not doing what's part of our purpose anyway.
There you go.
That's part of our mission.
My God.
It don't matter if you're a Moor. It don't matter if you're a Christian. It don't matter if you are a Hebrew. If you are not empowering your brother or your sister, and you are not showing them what is righteous, what is in truth, what solidarity can bring, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
Going to work every day.
Somebody said, I like what was it? Super Mike 21-4 said, there is balance between free thinking and discipline. That's it. Free thinking and discipline. But then someone said, Carlo Rossi said, women were covered up during the time of our prophet. Of course, they was covered up before the prophet. That was the customary dress of the desert. Before Prophet Muhammad, they was covered up. That was the customary dress of the desert and the Sahara. But when you go into other parts where there wasn't desert, they wasn't covered up. Exactly. That was there before Prophet Muhammad. Exactly. When you go into the history
that right there has been a problem since the beginning.
That's a custom.
You know, my bad, brother. Go ahead. I apologize.
What I'm saying is that is a custom. That is a custom. And that custom had been around for thousands and thousands of years before Prophet Muhammad. So just because Prophet Muhammad said to dress modest, you want to equate that to the national customary dress or the tribal customary dress of the Sahara or the desert. People dressed like that in Africa before the Muslims came to Africa. You know what I'm saying? On the Sahara part, in the desert part. But when you go towards South Africa or closer to the equator, they was almost butt naked.
And the thing is with that,
we ain't using our sense anymore. And then we started saying somebody said this, so now we have to do this. No,
I found something. I found something out in my studies, man. And it came about to where I don't know if people, you know, y'all believe in angels or whatever y'all study, but it was a point in time where I came across something that, you know, women were taught this. They were taught to beautify themselves. They were taught to put this makeup on to make and give man a lustful mind. You know, so I can see where it come from, you know, women having to guard themselves, but that's also an enlightening and empowerment of the mind, and they know who they are. They know what that purpose is. They know what putting on them leggings and putting on this stuff that show they braziers and how they bottom all out. They'll know that this is first an attack on a man mind. Now it's not also an attack on a man mind. You got lesbian women that look at him and like, oh, they're a piece of meat, not even knowing the mental, not even knowing what's in the mind or in the spirit, but they coming after their body. That is all in the, that's all of the spiritual attack this satanic serpent, this slippery Satan's slave-minded of a system has put in our people for centuries.
But this is why it's so important for us to form and build communities, because the protection is in the community. The protection is in the community. You see what I'm saying?
So right.
That's where the protection lies. No community, it is what it is.
Now, very so right. And that community can have a Muslim in it. It can have a Moor in it. It can have a Hebrew in it. It's all as a collective. We have to do it as a collective. It does not matter who you are, as long as you are of the Father, the universe, your ancestors, Mother Earth. This is our. It don't. I come to you as a brother, not even knowing. I can talk to you and you won't know who I am or what I am. But if I am saying something that empower you or enlighten you, and you be like, oh man, who is this brother right here, man? What are you? What are you? I don't want to put a label on myself. We shouldn't want to label ourselves. That's where the divinity come in at.
Brother, you know what?
Oh, what are you? I'm a Christian.
Let me say this.
What are you? I'm a Muslim. Now we have different views. Now we off topic. And it's all about us standing in unification.
But let me tell you something. When we truly elevate ourselves, you can tell me who you are, and I will respect it, and I want to learn more about it.
Exactly.
When we are really there. This is an example that I give in the temple, right? In the Moorish Science temple, I get the example all the time. There was a time when our people traversed the planet. You know what I'm saying? And when we came across different tribes, whether it was someone with a big plate in their lip, we didn't look at it as some type of sideshow or some type of circus freak show. We wanted to understand what that plate meant. If we seen somebody cover themselves in ash, white ash or red clay, we wanted to understand that. You see what I'm saying? We didn't demonize that. We didn't criticize that. We wanted to understand it. When we go back to that state of mind, where when you say, I'm a Hebrew, and you tell me what you stand on, or I tell you that I'm a Moor, and I tell you what I'm stand on, whether you decide to condemn me or not, at least you can walk away with an understanding. But the ultimate goal is to say, I get it. I get it. And keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate goal. Because on the planet, we never all thought alike. We never all served the Creator alike. Never in history have we done that. Never, ever, ever. It's too many tribal affiliations to say we all serve the Creator alike from a universal perspective. So we have to even elevate to the point where we just respect everybody, as Prophet Noble Ali called religious tolerance. We have to be able to respect, and hopefully we get a lesson and a blessing out of it.
Yeah.
But if you try to swindle, Moorish World TV is on your heels. Somebody said, show me the ancestor who was sagging in the village. See, here we go. We weren't wearing that back then. Let me get cryptonomics in there. Anything you want to say in close, Brother Sadiq? I appreciate you calling in, brother.
May peace, love, favor, and protection follow you all. Brother, keep doing your thing. The Most High is using you. You already know what you're doing, and you ain't done nothing but spoke facts and truth, and this is the reality that we are living in. It is time. The Most High has removed these frauds and showing more for a reason. You know it. I know it. And there's other people that's viewing this, they know it too. And so as a collective, in love, in truth, and the purpose, we got to come together, brother. And peace, family. Maclo, peace, brother.
Peace, my brother.
I love everybody. Continue to speak life on your situation. No matter what you're going to, no matter what you're going through, think it and speak it. Because the enemy know what's going on. It's chess, not checkers. Ain't that what you said, brother?
That's what it is.
Yes, sir. And it takes a political, a religious, and an economic reset.
That's
You on the right track, brother. Keep doing your thing, brother.
That's it right there. Salute, my brother. Peace and love.
Salute.
Shalom. Appreciate you.
Yo, Grand Sheik.
Yes,
Yo,
sir, Maclo.
I'm gonna say this one thing and I'm off. This is all I want to say. One of the key things that you touched on is about how in certain periods of time there were women that didn't wear dress. See, our people, we don't know that we should learn from our past. And that's how we are able to move with the times. And you display that countless of times. Every time you come on and you put on your demonstrations, you show how you're able to change with the times. And that's one thing that we got to learn to grasp from my generation is we shouldn't be so careless to say, yo, why do we have to know where we come from? You know what I mean? Like, why, who cares about that? You know what I mean? A lot of us still think we come from apes. You know what I mean? Like, that's,
right.
Yo, it's true.
I know.
I
know. I'm laughing because I know.
It's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to understand the past in order to know where we're going. And once we're able to grasp that, there's nothing that we won't be able to do. There's nothing we won't be able to do. But
I love you just said that. You know, this is how the European or the power brokers continue to conquer us because they modify their oppression strategy with the times. They modify with the times. So they went from, you know, people say they took the chains off your body and put them on your mind. And so when you look at the rap music of today, you look at the social media energy of today, and you look at all the things that draw you in today. You know what I'm saying? All of these distractions,
death,
all of these distractions and death is a way that the power brokers can hold on to their grip as being on top. It's the same thing as yesterday. They just utilize the times. Even whether people like I say it or not, even the legalization of marijuana, I don't think it should be illegal, but I don't think the state should have a hand in it. You see what I'm saying? Because now they putting some poison up in that.
It's a plant.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it should be legal.
Yeah.
But once the government begins to,
they're gonna do things with it. I already know, like that's how my brand, like I started from growing herb. You feel what I'm saying? Like from Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Like, but that's my passion is like I grow marijuana and I already know that the seeds that I'm touching is genetically modified. That's how
you understand what I'm saying? That's the point that I'm making.
Yeah,
so what the European does is he modifies himself with the times in order to keep us distracted, keep us divided, keep us fighting. And this is why I want my show to come into a show where even if we disagree, we walk away as brothers. And I said that to the brother War Muhammad. I said, I'm going to go hard, but hopefully when it's over said and done, we can still walk away as brothers. And that brother called me an agent. Good goodness and gracious.
Well, you know what, Grand Sheik, the reality of it is that our people is not angry enough. You know, and I'm not spreading hate, but I'm just saying is that how many of bloodshed do our people have?
Dynamite said Maclo smoking up all the product. He the producer. Who put this beat together?
You know, but you're right though, and you touched on that. That's another. It's sad to say, but it's true though. That's just another device to keep our people in a bubble. And you know what it is, you got to say what it is. You know, it's sad to say that that's one of the things I gravitated to. I mean, I like growing other plants, but you know, we live in a time where it's just, man, like it's just we've been so tainted with poison mentally that we think this, like certain things we do is special and sacred. You know what I mean? And we got to get out of that mindset. We got to always keep an open mind for knowledge. You know what I mean? Real knowledge. None of that fake stuff that you were taught in school. None of that European stuff. You know, none of that stuff that you had to go through in order to get that good grade on your report card. None of that stuff. You got to relearn. You know what I mean? The ancestors came many of times, you know, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, like the ancestors came many of times in different forms of different people so they could keep passing the message on.
And
but
bro, and I'm feeling like Garvey, man. Garvey said,
Yo.
I'm coming in the whirlwind. And I'm just telling you, this is my personality. Bro, I can bring my mother on here and she would tell you that, yeah, that's him. I can bring my sister, my homeboys. I'm telling you, this is me. This is me. You know what I'm saying? And this energy is just like, we got to do something, you know? And so I see myself as that Garvey energy, man. He said, I'm coming in the whirlwind. Look for me in the whirlwind. I'm going to stir this demonstration up. You know, a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Tear it all down.
Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it, son. And that's the reality of it. That's how people really maneuver and function. Like, it might not spark it, but somebody has to do it and show and lead by example to show people that things have got to change.
And the thing is, social media is very instrumental in this change, whether we know it or not. Everybody's here. Everybody's here. But Mac Low, let me get Cryptonomics to take us out the door. Salute you, brother. Thank you for all the support, brother. And I love that you come in and hit that link so we can get the perspective from your generation. Because many of us, we washed up. You hear it all the time.
Yo, I must keep watching, yo. You already keep banging on their heads. Keep representing, yo.
Yes, sir. Peace, family. So, Crip, where you at, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? What's up?
I took so long, but you the last one. I think that's. Oh no, I got somebody online. Hold up, real quick. Let's get them real quick. Who I'm talking to? Where you calling from?
Peace, brother. Islam, Mom. Brother Sean calling from Charlottesville, Virginia.
Hey, brother. Listen, we've been on here for a minute, brother. Hit me in the head. Come on, I did. I apologize. Come on with it.
Nah, I ain't even gonna do that, brother. So life is about patience, brother. Life is a journey. It's not a destination.
Absolutely. So what's happening, brother? Thank you for your patience, brother.
All is well, brother. Hey, I just want to give you a props. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers touched on a lot of different topics, but I want to, go back to what you said about the family unit with the black woman. Well, I know you don't like the term black.
No, it don't bother me, brother. Speak your speech, brother. Whatever you comfortable with, because we need to get away from that too. I don't do that, brother.
Okay, but I just try to respect your paradigm. You feel me?
Right. I got you, brother.
Okay, so what I'm saying is I want to give you big props on what you said about the family unit. That was major. You know what I'm saying? And it resonated with me on so many different levels because I had these conversations with brothers all the time. And they stuck in this Captain Caveman type lifestyle, me, Tarzan, you, Jane type thing. You feel me what I'm saying? So I look at it like this. We all have roles in our household, in our relationships. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that I entrust, because I don't like to use the word believe, I entrust that the male should be the face of the family unit. The female should be the nurturer of the family unit. All this goes in, you know what I'm saying? It's like a gumbo, sort of kind of, you know what I'm saying, to perfect black love, the picture of black love.
And let me say this. The way I see things, that sometimes the face of the family have to be interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? Right. Sometimes the woman have to represent where the man, for instance, I couldn't make it to the dental appointment for my son today, but the last time I did. So she represented the family today. We're just talking about a dental appointment. People say, oh, no, this is a dental appointment. Well, guess what? The last time I was able to take them and it was me. She couldn't. So then I take. So it's interchangeable. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When my son, when my youngest son, because my other sons are older, but when my youngest son feel the need to roll up and hug up on me, then I got to be the nurturer. You know what I'm saying? So it's I call it reciprocal love. You know what I mean? And a reciprocal relationship that the woman has to wear them pants, as so to say, hypothetically speaking, in the Western concept, the woman have to be able to hold it all the way down and all the way up in times. Men have to do it too. So it's all reciprocal. Now, in a perfect world, yeah, we would expect that, okay, the woman is the nurturer and the man is the provider. That was the perfect world 100 years ago. The perfect world today is we all both got to play both roles.
Exactly. We both got to pull this wagon together.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I agree with you 2,000% when you said, you know what I'm saying, everything got to be reciprocal, bi-directional. Everything has to be, you know what I'm saying, come and go. Everything has to come and go. Everything is bi-directional. And that's the key to harmony within the family.
Hey, bro,
you see what I'm saying?
And it's successful.
We got to represent each other. I tell my daughter all the time, you are a direct reflection of me, and vice versa. I tell my wifey the same thing. Look, you know what I'm saying? We reflected, you know what I'm saying, the same thing.
And a true successful relationship will figure out how to step in like double dutch when it's time. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it, man.
Somebody got to step out. One got to step in. One got to step out. I got it now. Let me double dutch this thing. And that's the balance. Lord. That's the balance. But let me tell you something. Even when it comes to defending the family,
right.
Harriet Tubman had that shotgun, right?
I tell my wife all the time, if somebody come in this house and me and them get to tussling, I'm gonna go face the danger. You shoot down the steps, regardless if you hit me.
Brother, listen to me. That is reciprocal.
Exactly.
That's the balance right there, brother. I don't know if my wife listening right now, but don't. I'm gonna leave that alone.
I feel you, son. I'm getting married tomorrow, so
man, congratulations, brother. Congratulations,
Thank
brother.
You, more. Thank
yes,
you,
sir.
It's my second time around, but this gonna be for keeps.
That's right, brother. Praise the Lord for that. Hey, brother, email me a picture of something, man, so I can give you some props when it's all said and done, brother. Honor you before the people.
Send me your email address.
Brother, Tahaka Bay at Yahoo. Tahaka Bay at Yahoo or Gmail. Just make sure you spell it right. I'm going to put it in the chat right now.
Put it in the chat for me so I can get you down.
Yeah, brother, I would like to honor you with a shout out, you and the sister from Moorish World TV. Yeah, bro, absolutely.
Thank you, brother. That's big love. That's big love.
Yes, sir. Brother. But I appreciate you calling in. I got to get to Cryptonomics, then I'm going to get out of here real quick. All right?
Okay, Islam, more. Stay safe,
Islam, peace, my brother.
Them jewels, yo.
Indeed. Will do. Peace. What? So with that being said, let me get my brother Cryptonomics in. I should get Akhenaten here. Akhenaten be trying to run from it. Let me see if he up tonight. Let me see if Akhenaten up here and let him take us out. But come on, Crypt. Everybody waiting to hear Cryptonomics.
Man, what's up? Hey, I got a few points to make, right? And, you know, they all kind of tie together, but I noticed how we were talking about them calling you an agent, right? Yeah. You came with the stream basically saying what has been done to move toward liberation. That was it. And he came with some old Betamax tapes, some old VHS tapes trying to show some stuff. But at the end of the day, and then, tonight we kind of got into a little bit of this romanticism and, talking about religions and then it gets off into what the woman ain't doing. I'm like, real men, we don't need to be worried about what the women are doing because once we're doing what we do, they will follow by example. And so the whole point of the matter is if this nation, this NOI is not moving the needle, well, that's going to be a direct result back to the women as well. Some of it, and I'm not even speaking of the nation, but I'm just talking as a whole, is if men are not producing and doing for themselves, women are not going to follow any type of code. You have to deliver something to her that's better than what this European done gave her. This
That's right.
European done gave her jobs. This European done gave her money. European done gave her all this type of stuff, and she ain't listening to nothing you got to say because you ain't doing nothing.
Talk to him.
See what
That's
I'm saying? So at the collective level, what you brought forward in that stream is what is being done to move toward liberation. Because once you liberate that woman, you gonna be liberated automatically. She will do anything for you at that point, and now you have a family unit.
So let me ask you something. Would she still drive you crazy every now and then?
Man, you already know that. You already know that. You already know, bro.
Nah.
But hey, we love our women. You know what I mean? We love them. But as men, we got to focus on ourselves. And a lot of these people that called in tonight, man, you know, they talking about a whole bunch of. I mean, I can't even relate to that. And you know, I used to be in the New Black Panther Party, but one of the reasons I got out is because you start to get around a lot of men that ain't doing shit. Pardon my language. They just talking about, you know, their Islam. They talking about their Christianity. They talking about their if they Kemites and Islamites and Christianites.
Come on, man.
Man, we ain't got time for that, man. They shooting our people out in the street. What's being done? We're being looked at. Black men, we're on the stage right now. We're on the stage. What are we doing? We ain't doing nothing. We sitting there marching, holding hands, singing, getting all emotional. Man, that ain't doing nothing.
That's
It's not doing, and it make us look inept, man. In my opinion. So, you know,
Hey,
at the
bro.
end of the day, brothers, we got to focus on us, and we got to start showing, improving, and doing what's right. That's gonna make us look good. Once
Hey,
we
bro.
look good,
And that's
everybody else
why.
gonna look good.
And I was going to say that's why we are going to implement this alliance from state to state to state and put this thing on the ground so we can really take responsibility if we want to. And it ain't
Right.
going to be about no screaming and yelling and hooping and hollering. We're looking for results.
That's it. That's it at the end of the day. And like the
And
brother,
that's what the whole show was all about. Where are the
exactly.
results?
Exactly. He's showing what they had the boat, right? Okay, let's say the boat was real, right? We don't know whose boat that was, but who's gonna be the sailor?
Yeah.
Who's gonna pilot the ship? He got the airplane. Who gonna pilot the airplane? You know, you got the fish. Well, where your fishermen at? Fishing's easy. Why you gotta buy a fish from Poland? You should already have your own fishing company and fishing line.
And
You know,
another
if you
thing,
got the boat.
bro, after all this time, the Moorish Science Temple of America, after the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, went in a whole bunch of different directions. And you know, my idea is that let's put it back on the ground like it's supposed to be. But that's because I'm a Moorish American, right?
Right.
But the Nation of Islam has had a run only interrupted in 1975 for a brief period. But there is no standing community where people can walk out their door and say, "Salaam alaikum, brother. Salaam alaikum, sister," as far as the eye can see. And that's just a critique. And it's a critique, it's a positive critique that hopefully will move into that direction. Because again, until we have a community, whether it's a Hebrew community, a Moorish community, a Nation of Islam community, we can't keep on talking about this independent talk. We can't keep talking about this talk more. It's talking about I'm sovereign and you live 20 miles away from another Moor. You live another state away from another Moor, and you talking that sovereign talk. You know what I mean? You can't talk about you want to separate from the white man, and all of y'all live in different parts of the city. In all of these years, you have not once to think buy a project and everybody live there. You have not once to think buy a couple blocks and live there with the money from Castro, with the money that man, I can go on and on. But not one. You got Jewish communities here in Baltimore called Jewtown. They live there. You got Jewish community in New York. All of them live there. You mean tell me that no one ever thought that we're going to create a community and live together so we could defend our women and our children? But we talking about we God fearing, that God came to see me in a person of somebody, but we never thought about that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Come on, man. Remember when them Jews and the European Jews in New York, somebody did something to them, man, they all band together and went crazy.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I think we're making stuff too hard, too difficult. And if we get back to the basics, what they did back in the 60s. See, my parents went to all black school, all black. Yeah, I mean, they had black community back then, right? And then when the integration came in, they broke all that up. And that's when everything went sideways. Because one, you're not training your own people to do things in that community. You're not teaching them to be teachers. You're not teaching them to be businessmen. You're not teaching them to do anything. You're teaching them now you're sending them to the Europeans college where they're not learning anything. They get out, they're not making no money. Plus they got to work for the European for not making no money anyway, and trying to keep up with the Joneses. So we got to get back to that type of thing. And I think once we get to that, once we start training our people, and that's going to be the hard work. That's the heavy lifting right there. Once we start to train the babies, see, even the babies right now, you can't even control your kids right now. They're out here stabbing each other and stuff in the streets, getting shot by police in the process. I mean, we talking about women, but the babies ain't even listening no more. So we got to get control of the family unit by training the babies, teaching them, and giving them the jobs and the skills to go out, grab something, make some money, bring it back home, and then it just rinse and repeat from there. But we gone sideways, brother. I mean, it's a lot when we start talking about liberation. The NOI, the brother tried, but I don't think they understand the full magnitude of where we need to go and where we have fallen from the 60s. Prior to the 60s, I mean, yeah, we might have been a broken people, but we had stuff. We had our own communities.
And let me say this, Rip. This community piece is very important. Somebody put up there, do we have to live together? No, everybody don't, but like-minded people do.
We would want to live together when we have our minds right.
This is why. When you look at a school of fish swimming from whales, dolphins, you might can pick a few off, but the muscle of the fish is in the group.
Right.
When you look at in the Serengeti and antelope running, they looking for the weak. They're looking for the sick.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And they pick them off. They're not really focused on the strong. And it's the same thing with the school of fish. The dolphin know the fish that's out of sync. You see what I'm saying? And so our community must be fortified with the thought, with the thinking that I was speaking about earlier, raising our thoughts and living together. You see what I'm saying? Like, and we don't have to be in no project, in no hood type of community, but we have to begin to plan to live together. Protection only exists in the bands of society. It's it. It's it. Within the bands of society, that is where you will own. That is where. So anybody who's not moving on that, I question their sincerity. I question it. If you're not telling people, listen, the Mexicans, you don't have to tell the Mexicans when they come here from south of the border to everybody move in Brooklyn, Maryland. Nope. They see two there, two more, 5 coming, 20 coming. You ain't got to tell them that because they understand that it's in their DNA. Our DNA has been altered to believe that it's about me. Even when we talk about Black Power, Islam alaikum or Islam, at the end of the day, shoot, they ain't with that right. As a collective. They with it when the meeting time comes. When it's time to meet up, as you say, Crip, and talk about their beautiful expressions of religion or philosophy, oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But when they wake up, they all alone, because everybody who think like them, one live across town, one live over here, one live over there, one live over here. Easy for the enemy to pick you apart, easy for the oppressor, easy for whoever you call your opposition, easy for them to pick you apart because you don't have a collective force.
But you know what, Taharka Bay, the way they killing these black men right now, if you had your own community, I bet you they'd be flocking to it right now.
You better know it. There you go. The conditions have it where you will want to go there for the protection of the
Boom.
truth.
I'm out,
That's
bro.
it.
Hey, you did a good job last night too, man. I'm out.
Thank you, brother Chris. Peace. So I'm gonna let it close with my brother Akhenaten Salam, man. I didn't mean to go this long, my brother. I seen you in the chat, and I said to myself, man, this is a beautiful conversation. I'd be remiss if I didn't let you share a thought with us, brother. Have you been able to catch the show?
Indeed, Grand Chief. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, brother. What you think?
It was an awesome show, Grand Chief. And first, as always, we rise to give praise to Allah, honors to His angel, Prophet Noble Jew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and also the forerunner of the Prophet, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. Honors to you, Grand Sheikh, the people's Grand Sheikh. You have proven it. And honors to everyone that's on the chat, the people that have came in and given their measure, a powerful demonstration, and much salute to Brother Cryptonomics. he had me laughing and rolling, but he be on point, y'all. Say Betamax. That took me back to me. But Grand Sheikh, look, praise Allah for the work that you're doing, and to all those that are here supporting Moorish World TV. I'm going to just say, you could have ended it right there with Cryptonomics. And it was a just phenomenal program. What was that? Yesterday you had that show, or the day before?
Day before.
Day before, okay. Yeah. So it was you holding true to what Moorish World TV really, in summation, is doing for us today is about accountability. And accountability always starts with ourselves. The Grand Sheikh has made it public about his position, his life, the things he stands for, and the goal is to not make people Moorish American. We acknowledge y'all for if you call yourself that or not. We know who you are. And if you don't subscribe to that, the purpose is for us to build an alliance together so that we can have our own. That's why it's the Alliance for Political Accountability. It doesn't matter what camp or whatever you subscribe to in terms of your beliefs and religion. It's about us today aligning ourselves. That's the way the old golden age of the Moors was about. They had a cosmopolitan environment that embraced Christian, Muslim, Jewish, all types. That's if you study the old Moorish empire that made them such a great empire that lasted over 800 years, right? Doesn't mean they didn't have their problems, but there are some examples in there that we can use for our benefit. And we're just so proud to announce and to share some of the principles that don't change. Some of the principles that you hear our Grand Sheikh, the People's Grand Sheikh, presenting to you all, that we've gotten and are really charged to share with our people what the Prophet Noble Jew Ali asked us to share with our people, the principles that we are espousing here, talking about having your own town. It's the same way here, Grand Chief. You got, because people love themselves, I could take you all over Atlanta and show you
how the people, once they found out that there was a couple people that lived in a certain area, they target that area. And you can see the economic, social environment there that reflects them. You know, we got the Mexican community, the Peruvian community, we got the Chinese community, the Korean community, and they are not ashamed of who they are, you know? And this is how they hold themselves accountable of loving themselves, to have a reflection of themselves in their own society, be able to walk out the door and look at, as soon as you open up your door, as we talk about Grand Chief, we should be able to look and see ourselves, that we know another person has the same mindset that we do. So with that, Grand Chief, you know, and you made a very powerful statement, and I made that, I think it should be highlighted, because you did talk about how we need to have reciprocity, you know, and that's an aspect of the principle of ma'at that we know is expressed in the Moorish Science temple as the higher self, which is the mother of the virtues. And the prophet demonstrated that, because he had governesses, right? That means women that were heads and leadership of whole states that had temples in it. And then we had chiefesses, grand chiefesses, who were leaders in temples. So the prophet was like setting a pattern, returning us back to our ancient forefathers and foremothers mindset. We didn't have any problem with women being in leadership positions.
And I like to underscore that. You know, when you talk about governesses, these are sisters that would run a whole state, whether they had one temple that a man was a grand sheik of, or whether there was 5 that men were grand sheiks of. The governess would be the head over all of those men. Because it's all about what you're capable of doing, not what gender you bring to the table.
That's right.
Are you capable of leadership? And that's where we got to get back to. If you're capable to lead, then you need to step out front.
Islam. And that's all I'll say, Grand Sheik. I had to hurry up and get a charge on my phone. I was going out. I was in the running some errands tonight, getting prepared for some things for the family, and I just realized that I was down to 1%. I said, "Oh my goodness!" And I wanted to hear that last comment that you had shared.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. And if y'all want to hear Brother Akhenaten more, he's always on Wednesday. Is that what it is?
That's what it is, Grand Sheik. Wednesday, so you don't get it twisted.
Yeah, so you don't get it twisted. What he just said. And he's on the radio. I think it's from 12 to 3. I put the link in there. Right. So you can always check it out. You're going to get the same wisdom. He a little bit more smoother than me. I'm rough around the edges. He Billy D with it. You know what I'm saying? We are one of the same truth. Right. And all of you who watch Moorish World TV, you also are of that same truth. Or if not, you wouldn't have been here this long. And what I mean,
real talk.
Since you tuned in, you've been sticking with me, you've been supported, and you continue to be supportive. And so we are all of the same truth. Shout out to Faith Speaks and all of those, Carlo Rossi, Dino Mike Lightning, Demetrius, and everybody else. I'm telling you, we are all of the same truth. That's why we keep coming back here and meet in Sacred Grove. And Sunny Trips. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Salute, Brother Akhenaten, Islam. Peace and love.
And Grand Sheik, since you mentioned that, hats off. Big salute, Islam salute to Sunny Boxing Talk. He be right on it. He's your right-hand man for this Moorish World TV. Hey. He be really supporting the channel. honoring people who support the channel, on top of things when people get out of control.
Hey, and then guess what? Real soon, we'll be reopening the doors here in Baltimore, and Sunny Boxing will be in the number here at Baltimore Noble Temple 22.
Praise the Lord.
That's right. So peace and love, family. I see y'all next go around, most likely Saturday or Sunday. I don't do no show on Friday because I got to raise my thoughts to infinite wisdom. I'm in the temple on Friday, family. So peace and love, family.